You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
The champ is here.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting.
If I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying. I love that joint. I love that joint, man. Rest in peace, Bruce Lee, man. That's a fact, bro. If I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying. That is a fact, boy. People don't like confidence, man. No, he needs to be humbled. Oh, he needs to be this. Maybe you need to get some business. Maybe they do something that make you feel confident too. You know what I'm talking about? For securing your own skin. But y'all know what time it is, man. The doctor's in the house. Let's get right, man. Let's get right. Before we get started, you know, before we get into the show, you know, we're going to start off with our prayer as always, man. So please bow your heads. Oh, we got my boy Ty in the building. Red light, green light, yellow light, go. I guess you don't go on yellow. Don't listen to what I said. Do not go on yellow. You slow down. You're slow on yellow. Red light, yellow light, green light, go. That's what I meant to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because if you get in trouble, don't put it on me. But yeah, please bow your heads and join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for these blessings. Thank you, Lord, for your guidance. Thank you, Lord, for your love and protection. Thank you, Lord, for the things that you put into our life to enhance our lives. Thank you, Lord, for the things you take away from our lives as well, and take out of our lives, remove from our lives to also enhance our lives, Lord. A lot of times we don't recognize. Sometimes we got to go through the mud to get to the growth, you know. Even with plants and trees, you know, they got to go through the dirt before they rise up and grow into, you know, the magnificent organisms that they turn into be. So, Lord, as long as we keep our faith strong and our faith in you strong, and then we should know that no matter what we go through, no matter what we lose, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, or at the end of the year, or a decade, however long it takes, we are losing to gain. And as long as we have faith in you, Lord, no matter what pain we go through, no matter what trial we face, no matter what hurdle we may stumble on, that if we have faith in you, that we know that we will overcome, and the outcome will be even better than what we could even imagine, Lord. So, Lord, we pray for health. We pray for good spirit. We pray for emotional health. We pray for positive vibes. We pray for financial prosperity as well for all of us. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. Let's get it, man. So, yes, sir. We got some news. We got a little bit of news. Not much, you know what I'm saying, from the morning show. Not much transpired, man. But I just dropped a video. If you haven't checked that out already, go check it out. You know what I'm talking about? Go check that thing out, you know. go check that thing out. I'm sorry. I just thought about something that I thought was funny, you know. But, hey, so, you know, I know there's been a lot of talk, but we're going to get right into it. A lot of times I like to talk about the short, small topics before we get into the heavy topics, you know, the main topic. But I think today we're gonna jump right into the main topic. I lied. We're gonna go to the secondary topic first. We're gonna talk about Tank, man. You know, I saw a little post. This is not the first time I've seen it. You know, I've seen it, and I just seen, well, mostly what I saw is a lot of people complaining about, you know, the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. You know who it is, Lamont Roach. Rightfully so. Nobody anticipated Lamont Roach. Nobody was expecting that, so naturally they're gonna not be as intrigued for that fight, you know, especially the location, you know, both of them being DMV boys, with Tank and Lamont Roach being from the DMV, one from Baltimore, one from DC, you know, respectively. You know, Tank from Baltimore, Roach from DC. I think that you know, it being in Texas is like a hiccup. Like, people are like, oh, why is it in Texas? But, you know, supposedly Charlo's supposed to be making his comeback, and other things. But even besides that, it's probably a good venue for them to be at. But you know, the big thing is that, you know, a lot of people have been saying that the venue, they might be having some issues with the venue, and Tank is saying, nah, you know, it's still going in Houston. Well, he said cap, you know, a 3-letter 1-syllable word that means a lot and can be used in various different ways. So context is important. So he could be saying cap, most likely about, you know, the location still remaining to be Houston, or it could be even the date, or it could be one of the two, or it could be both. You know, we never know until it finds out. But I would be honest, man, I come from the position that I don't really give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't care as long as the fight happens. Like I said, I'm one of those that I really like boxing, and I think the majority of people that rock with this channel actually like boxing as well. So I'm not saying that we can't critique things, but sometimes we are overly critical, and I think a lot of times we're overly critical about stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people say that Lamont Roach is not a good fight because, you know, no one expects Tank to win. You dumb bitch. When is Tank never not the favorite? That's why he's great. I don't know when people are going to realize these things. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but a lot of times when Canelo goes into a fight, you're not going to expect him to lose. A lot of times when Floyd Mayweather goes into a fight, you're not going to expect him to lose. A lot of times when Michael Jordan goes into a basketball game, you don't expect him to lose. Hell, when Steph Curry shoots a basketball, you don't expect him to miss. These are the burdens of greatness, bro. Especially in athletics, you don't expect them to fail. So when people say that Lamont Roach is a bad fight because Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, who expects Lamont Roach to beat him? You ignorant mofo. You ignorant mofo. When is Tank never going to be the favorite? There's probably one person in all of boxing right now that Tank could engage in a 12-round fight with, and he would. No, I was going to say Shakur, but even still, he would still be favored against Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Shakur is somebody who I think has a nice chance of beating him. I think he has the best chance of beating him, but Tank would still be the favorite. So it's just like Dimitri Bivol. The only person that he would go into a fight with and he wouldn't be favored or be close is Beterbiev. And same with Beterbiev. The only person was probably Bivol. So when we say, oh, well, it's not a good fight because, you know, who thinks that he's going to lose? Who thought that Callum Smith was going to beat Beterbiev? That was his last fight. He knocked him out. Who thought that Malik Zanad was going to beat Bivol? That was his last fight. He stopped him too. Who thought Berlanga was going to beat Canelo? Who thought Bakram Murtazaliev was going to beat Tim Tszyu? Who thought Daniel Dubois was going to beat Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua lost, right? In devastating fashion, right? Tim Tszyu lost in damn near brutality, right? If you play Mortal Kombat, you know what I'm talking about. That boy Bakram went animalistic with that left hook. So my point is that we have to change the bar, bro. It's not a bad fight because somebody who's a superstar, who's at superstar status, is favored to win. So I'm not saying it's a good fight, but I hear a lot of idiots say, oh, it's not a good fight because nobody really expects Lamont Roach has a chance. That's typically how boxing goes. A lot of times in the engagements and in the boxing outfits, in the boxing world, a lot of times when it's two fighters, where the outcome is three, is either one of three things. Either one's going to win, the person's going to win, the person's going to lose, or it's going to be a draw. A lot of times they have a guy who's heavily favored over the other. There's very few times where it's almost like a 50-50 fight, and those times are when it's usually a fight that has a lot of stakes on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like Beterbiev versus Bivol, like Fury versus Usyk. You know, so this notion that every fight is going to be 50-50, or bro, that's if every fight was 50-50 that Tank was in, Tank wouldn't be Tank. That's why he's great. Same with Shakur. If any fight was going to be 50-50 with Shakur, then he wouldn't be great. Same with Canelo. The only fight that's 50-50 for Canelo is David Benavidez. That's what we think, right? So every other fight, whether it's Edgar Berlanga or Jaime Munguia or whoever else he fought before that, that's not indicative of them being bad fights because it's not 50-50. Like, I swear, I really think that people, they just want to complain. Like, they don't want, like I said, I'm not saying that Lamont Roach is a good fight, but my question is, who should he fight instead of Lamont Roach? Like, who should he fight instead of Lamont Roach? Shout out to my boy Borzoy in the building. My boy Ty says should bring that fight to DMV. I agree with that. Should bring that fight to DMV. Yeah. And take it off PPV. Yeah. And I guarantee it'll be the most viewed fight of the year. Yeah. Probably so. But my point is that even with that, right? So let's entertain that, Ty. You perfect segue. So I've also seen a lot of people talk about Gervonta Tank Davis. Remember, it was assumed. Yeah. I'm gonna address it, Ty. Borzoy Wilder, but I'm feeling good today, so I want to talk about it. We have discussion, right? Everybody's not as hip to boxing as we are. So, like I said, sometimes we gotta remember that we know a lot about boxing and we can't. You know, it's like when I give my presentations and stuff like that. You got to realize that you are the expert. So when you're explaining to somebody, you gotta break it down in ways that they can understand. So I'm not talking trash to Borzoy or anybody. I'm just saying sometimes people don't know everything. Boxing is a complicated sport anyway. But I think Borzoy does know better. I think he's just talking right now. But we're gonna address it though. But anyway, it was a perfect segue. What you said was I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, you know, let's say it's not on pay-per-view. Let's say it is free, right? Then if it was free, what would happen? It'd probably have to be on another card. So let's entertain. I know him and David Benavidez wouldn't be free, but let's entertain that, right? A lot of people remember it was flirted with, oh, Tank might be moved to another date in January, primarily on the card with David Benavidez and Dave Morrell, and he could be a co-main. And instead of being happy, bro, a lot of people are saying, oh, Tank is a co-main, and laughing like, bro, dude, don't you like boxing? I said this earlier, but I'm gonna reiterate it again because I heard some people saying this crazy stuff. Why would you make fun of a fighter for being a co-main? Do you not realize that Bivol was just a co-main? Because Artur Beterbiev had to pull out because he had to have the fight postponed due to sustaining his injury in his knee. And he was a co-main to the 5v5. The fight in particular was Zhang and Wilder. That was upgraded to the co-main. So I'm saying circumstances happen. The circumstance with Tank and Lamont Roach is that Lamont Roach was not the first, second, or third option for the people he wanted to fight. So because it's a fourth option, he's a fourth option. No disrespect to Lamont Roach. You know, I think he's a good fighter, but a lot of people don't know him. He's not as reputable as most folks would want Tank's opponent to be. It doesn't have as much notoriety, right? He's not as notable. So with that means that you would have to pivot and maybe be a co-main. But then people are pointing fingers and laughing that you're a co-main. But I thought you wanted to see good fights. So why wouldn't you be excited for Tank to be on the card with Dave Benavidez no matter what capacity he's in, whether he's the first fight or the last fight or the second to last fight? But I just want to emphasize it and reiterate that this is where I say that American fans, we're our own worst enemies. We don't want fighters to cuff their O, but as soon as they lose, they're trash. That's contradictory in itself. You see what I'm saying? like we say things and then we don't really want the outcomes. Like we be giving all these dubious propositions. They're dubious propositions at best, and then we talk trash about it. Gervonta Tank Davis, we don't want it on pay-per-view, but then when Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, we don't want it on pay-per-view, but then the possibility of him being a co-main to David Benavidez, we talk shit about that too, and say, oh, is he really the face of boxing? He's gonna be a co-main. Who cares, bro? You sound like a female, bro. Like these grown men sound like 13-year-old girls, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, but every time I see it, I read it, I just shake my head, and I say, nigga, you's a bitch! Like, you be checking people's pockets like you looking for a sugar daddy. I think a lot of these grown men be looking for sugar daddies, bro, on the internet. I wouldn't be surprised if they be hopping in Tanks and Shakur and Canelo's DMs, bro. like it's crazy to me. Like Shakur Stevenson, if he wasn't injured, he would have been a co-main on the Beterbiev and Bivol fight. Because Bivol and Beterbiev were the main event. It was just on broadcasted on another station, but he would have been the co-main. Considered the co-main. What's wrong with that? It's just crazy that people find so many things to nitpick at, and like the majority of the conversation is not about the fight. The majority of the conversation is about the logistics of the fight, where it's gonna be at, how much money they making, how much he gonna have in his pockets, who's gonna be first, who's gonna be second, who like a lot of this stuff. Like I don't know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I swear these niggas was raised by a bunch of bitches. I ain't gonna lie to you. that's the only thing I can come up. Like, who raised these brothers, man? Who raised these brothers? Because they turned them into sisters. I ain't gonna lie to you. But look, Gervonta, my boy Borzoi, let me answer you right now. He said, Borzoi said, Gervonta versus Jack Catterall should be next for a major clash. He beat Regis and arguably beat Joshua Taylor. He's reputable UK champion. Yeah, but that's different divisions, Borzoi. So that's 140 and 135. So off the gate, that's not realistic. And Jack Catterall, he's not realistic for opponent right now. Like you said, he just beat Regis Prograis. So for him to turn around and fight Tank, who Tank wants to fight by the end of this year, that's unrealistic for Jack Catterall. Even if they were in the same division, for him to fight Tank right now, so that's not realistic. But I'm not mad at that. But that's why Ty told you to go sit in the corner. So I'm gonna have to second what he said and put you in the, not really time you out, but we gonna throw you in the corner. Show him the dough. But my boy Boxer 2-4 in the building. He says, I don't think the Roach fight is a big fight, but it's definitely a good fight. It's definitely not a big fight, and I'm not even sure if it's a good fight, 2-4. But Lamont Roach, I don't think he should be trashed and so hold so much pressure when it comes to being a good fighter, because he is a champion. He is a good fighter. He may not be a known fighter, but is unknown and good on two opposite ends of the spectrum, or can two things coexist simultaneously? Can you be unknown and good? Last time I checked, you can, aka Bakram Murtazaliev. Unknown and very good. Ask Tim Tszyu how good he is. You know what I'm talking about? Let's talk about somebody else who's very good and relatively unknown. Oh, Daniel Dubois and AJ. Daniel Dubois wasn't the reason why the Wembley Stadium was sold out 98,000 people or 96,000 or whatever amount it was. It was because Anthony Joshua. And last time I checked, Daniel Dubois knocked Anthony Joshua's block off. So when people act like upsets don't exist, it's crazy. Who was more known, Giovanni Santillan or Brian Norman? Oh, last time I checked, it was Brian Norman. And who won? Brian Norman. Who was more known, Liam Paro or Subra Matias? Nobody called Liam Paro the boogeyman. They called Subra Matias the boogeyman at 140. Who won? Liam Paro. So this is like, I'm not saying that upsets are as common or frequent as, it doesn't happen more often than not, but it happens enough for you to learn your lesson. If you really like boxing, if you really like boxing, it should be indicative, and this should be, you have countless testimonies of knowing not to underestimate or dismiss or discredit a fighter simply because you don't know them. And I'm not talking to you, Tufo. I'm speaking in generalities now. I'm just speaking, you know what I'm saying? You put me on a track and my gears are just rolling, baby. That's it. I'm not talking to you. I know you know better. I know you know Lamont Roach. That's why you said it's a good fight, and I agree with you, it's a good fight. But even if it's not a good fight, how can you count out another guy who's a champion, for Pete's sake? And I saw somebody else talking about somebody else mentioned that Gervonta is bringing up Tank Lamont Roach, which is why it's a bad fight. Yes, I think that's why it's not a good fight. I don't think it's why it's a bad fight, but that's why it's not a good fight. However, who are the 4 champions at 135 at lightweight? I think it's Gervonta Tank Davis. I think the other was Shakur Stevenson. I think the other one's Lomachenko, who may possibly be retiring, in Vasily Lomachenko. And I think the other one goes by a name of Denis Berinchyk. Do we know how Denis Berinchyk acquired the title at 135? I'll wait. I'll let you think about that. I'll wait. My boy Oscar in the building. Let me shout out some roll. Let me hit this roll call for a little bit, man. Shout out my boy Oscar in the building. Mi hermano. Daniel Dubois, Lamont Roach, odds of winning aren't even close. That's true. That's true. That's true. I know you meant odds. That's exactly. Their odds weren't even close. He said, you tweak with that BS, but you right about Barrios and Ryan at 140. They declared a 140 fight. GD versus JC fight next holiday. Who's JC? I don't know who JC is. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Tank beat, I think, Barrios at 140 and Ryan Jack, baby. Yeah, he did. Oh, Jack Catterall, you saying, JC. Yeah, he beat him at 140, but that doesn't mean you're going to stay at 140. Canelo beat Kovalev at 175. Does he have to clean out 175? Like, stop it, bro. He went there one time. That doesn't mean he's going to campaign there. My boy BX in the building. Big member in the building. Tank would co-main, but would still come out last if you don't. Facts. But I wouldn't mind the co-main. Jitterbug. Shout out to Jitterbug. Jitterbug in the building. Jitterbug in the building. He said Navarrete. The answer that I was more closely looking for is absolutely Navarrete. My boy Ty Morris said he won a vacant title against Navarrete. Where is Navarrete from? What division is he most commonly known for? Where did he make his name at, chat? It's another quote. We playing pop quiz on boxing today. Where is Navarrete's? Where is the division that he normally campaigns at, chat? I'll wait again. Because I'm catching up to some messages. My boy BX, yes sir. Big salute, brother. Big salute. My guy Tufo said, what makes the fight not good? I think it's a good fight, but what potentially makes it not good is because he's not at 135. So I understand how people are disappointed. So I'm not kicking it like it's a great fight. I think it's good because Lamont Roach is the champion and they have a commonality of opponents, right? They both are the only two people that beat Hector Luis Garcia. Oh, by the way, he's another champion, you know? So I think it's a good fight, but I understand how the masses aren't happy about it because, number one, like I said, Lamont Roach is not popular, and number two, he's not even at 135. I actually won money by Dennis being there. Talk to him, Jitterbug. Salute my boy Illuminati in the building. He said that's how I know. Shout out to you, Jitterbug. I got Bam beating Inoue. All right, we gonna slow down. Hold on, we got to get there. But yes, so Jitterbug is right, and Ty is absolutely right. He's at he fought for a vacant title at 135. But Navarrete, who's fighting Oscar Valdez, is a 130 champion right now. If you don't believe me, you ain't got to believe me because ain't no cap in my rap. So I will show you right now. You don't have to believe me. Don't take my word for it. Take the facts word for it. But you know, people don't believe in facts anyway, so I can show you all day till I stop breathing. You still don't believe it if you don't want to believe it. But look at this guy right here, Emmanuel Navarrete. Gosh damn, I'm good. Emmanuel Navarrete fights at 130. Gosh dang, he's a champion right now. Emmanuel's last fight was against Dennis Berinchyk, and he lost, and he's still the champion at 130. Gosh dang. What does that mean, chat? That means that a current champion acquired his title from fighting a guy that's at 130. Oh, what is Tank doing? Tank is about to fight who's a current champion at 135, another guy who's a current champion at 130. So if you didn't complain about Dennis Berinchyk getting his title at 135 for fighting a guy at 130, I need you to kindly shut the hell up right now with Tank fighting Lamont Roach. I just think it's just common sense, chat. I just think it's common sense. Now, your only rebuttal, if you're logical, that is, you're not a 10-year-old little girl. Your only logical rebuttal to me would say, oh, well, but Doc, nobody knew who Dennis Berinchyk is, and we know who Tank is, and we expect much more of Tank. You're right. We expect so much more of Tank that we want Tank to try to unify the division, right? That's what we want, right? Oh, guess what? He did. He tried to fight Vasily Lomachenko, and Lomachenko said he's doing what, chat? He said he's retiring. So what do you want the man to do? So once again, I will ask the question. I will repeat it again. Who do you want Tank to fight that you will be satisfied with? I'll wait, bro. I really watch boxing, bro. So I'm telling you, it's easy for me, man. It's easy for me, man. I could tell you why he's not fighting this person and why this person is probably not possible. But I'm asking you, tell me, who would you rather him fight? Somebody that you would not complain about. That's realistic, by the way. Not hypothetical or fantasy like Jack Catterall. Shout out to Borzoi, my bad. You ain't deserve that shot. I apologize. You ain't deserve that stray. I apologize. You ain't deserve that stray. I apologize. I want to say he go campaign at 140, but Canelo spun the block for 175 for smoke. So why can't Tank spin back to 140? I mean, he did, right? He tried to fight Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Ty, come on now. Come on. You know we good. You know we snapping. Come on, Ty. Did he not try to spin the block at 140 and go fight Jose Rayo Valenzuela? Jose Rayo Valenzuela is what? What is Jose Rayo Valenzuela? Oh, that's his name right here, ain't it? Oh, he's a champion at 140. Oh, the WBA, huh? That's crazy. Shout out to Ty, because I feel like he just set me up with a Chris Paul alley-oop from the Clippers, and I just Blake Griffin that hoe. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ty. So he did try to fight somebody at 140, but the guy said he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, and that's okay. I'm not knocking Jose Valenzuela. He shouldn't be ready because he just came off of a 12-round fight, another upset against Isaac Pitbull Cruz. That was a tough fight, and he, in order to give himself the proper respect you know, of what a respectable fighter would do. He wants to give himself adequate time to prepare for somebody like Tank, who would be the biggest fight of his life. So you want to give yourself the appropriate time to prepare, right? So he kindly refused the fight with Tank Davis, and I don't knock him for it. I salute him for it, actually. You know what I'm saying? I salute him. So try again. So who else do we want him to fight? I'm not saying he can't fight at 140, but when we talk about this, we're not holding people accountable for fighting at division that's higher than them just because they've been there before. If that's the case, then Canelo should go fight, I don't know, Joshua Buatsi for no gosh dang reason. We're not doing that. He said, my boy Oscar said, I'll complain about Canelo there. But I'm not saying we can't complain. What I'm saying is, what is our goal, though? Our goal for a lot of these goofies out here is just to complain. That's never my goal. We might talk about things, and a lot of things is me rebuttaling or me answering what people are saying and me trying to bring some logic to their illogical, emotional proclamations of something not being right. You know what I'm saying? So I try to address the issues because I feel like that's what I owe y'all, and that's what I like to do. But I'm cool with the Tank fight because I come from the perspective of that if Tank, if the option is to stay active or not fight at all, I'd rather him stay active and fight somebody that I'm not really interested in. Same thing with Inoue. Inoue fighting TJ Doheny. Was that a good fight? No, but I'd rather Inoue fight TJ Doheny than not fight at all. Because sometimes those are the only two options, especially when you exhausted the other options because the other people that are more reputable as contenders are no longer available at that moment. I don't see the same with Joe Cordina, Shakur and Joe Cordina. That was a pivot. That he was not trying to fight Joe Cordina. He was trying to fight William Zepeda. But Zepeda turned it down, and then so he pivoted and fought the alternative, which was Joe Cordina before I heard it say. Dennis on hold for Keyshawn. Bob wants belt. Yeah, facts. Wait, what's going on with Dennis? Can't Tank fight him? No, so yeah, exactly what Oscar just said, Jitterbug. Dennis Berinchyk seems like he's on hold. He's on layaway for a top rank fight. Not even just Keyshawn Davis, but it could be Keyshawn Davis. It could be Raymond Muratalla. I heard it was supposed to be Mark Thunder Chamberlain, but what happened to Mark Thunder Chamberlain? Jitterbug. You know what happened, Jit. Mark Chamberlain was upset because upsets happen in boxing. He was upset by Joshua Padley. That's who upset him at the last Riyadh event or whatever Riyadh event it was. So Mark Thunder Chamberlain was in line to fight Dennis Berinchyk, but those plans were foiled because Padley stepped in and he upset him. So that's what Dennis Berinchyk is on hold for a lot of people that are affiliated with Top Rank and Bob Arum or Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good question though, Jitter. I love that question. That's a great question. Yeah, he could have fought Dennis Berinchyk, but he wasn't available. I made videos on this too, you know, it's documented. My guy said he declined because he didn't have enough time for a proper weight cut to 135. Right, exactly. Want him to come down to 135 per Robert Garcia. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You got to show me that. I don't think he declined because he declined because of the potential rematch clause with Isa Pitbull Cruz and the time allotted. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. That I don't think it was supposed to be at one. I didn't see that. You got to show me that. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that it was Rayo. Now I know Rayo was at 135 before he fought Frank Martin. He wanted to fight him at 135 before he secured it with Frank Martin. I did not hear that he declined it because Tank wanted to fight Rayo at 135 again. I don't. Nor do I believe that. I got to see that. Even if Ryan Garcia or Robert Garcia, excuse me, not Ryan. Even if Robert Garcia said, I got to see that. I don't believe that at all. Not for one. Not one bit. Especially when he was considering having a rematch with Isa Pitbull Cruz at 140. Why would he want Rayo to come to 135? Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not saying you lying. I mean, you probably right. You probably did say it, but I didn't see that. Jack Catterall just isn't on the radar for or fits the MO for Tank's opponent selection. He's a matchroom guy at 140, so it's highly unlikely. Yeah. That, and I just don't even like. He said Navarrete my hero. Why is that? I like Navarrete though. I like his little his ceremonious hat. Does he do a hat exchange? No, he just gives the person his hat. So I like his ceremonial hat gift that he gives to the fighter that he loses to or beats. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that little custom that he does. I think that's dope. I respect your opinion, but strongly disagree. He's an ideal dude. He's not ideal. That's not an opinion, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like some things, everybody thinks everything's an opinion. Now, an ideal dude, like I said, It can't be an ideal. He's not in the division. He's not even a title holder. He's not in the division, and he's not a title holder at 140 or 135. So that's not an ideal opponent. Like that doesn't mean he's not a good opponent, Borzoi. That doesn't mean he's not a good opponent. That doesn't mean that you're wrong for wanting that fight. You could want that fight, but the ideal opponent would be for him to unify with Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko, or Denis Berinchyk. If people say that they want him to be undisputed, and for him, he said that he wants to unify. So a unification fight would be ideal. Now, unless you're saying things for your liking, that's different. But if we listen to the fighters, Gervonta said that he wants to unify, and so the only ideal opponent would be another champion in the same division as him. Same reason he wants Lamont to come to 135 rather than going to 130. That's different. Why would he go down to 130? I'm talking about going. You won't get credit for going down to 130. That doesn't even make sense. He'll be moving down to 130. No, that's not the same reason. He'll be moving up to 140 and getting a belt at a higher division. Canelo wouldn't go down to Janibek and get a belt at 160. You don't do that. That's not, you know what I'm saying. But it's attractive to go up and get a belt. You don't go down and get a belt. So it's not the same reason. Lamont Roach is at 130. Jose Rayo Valenzuela is at 135. I mean at 140. He'll be going down. In one case he'll be going up. In one case he'll be going down. Yes, it's the same from shifting divisions, but it's not the same from one you're moving up, which comes with a notion that is more difficult. If you move down, it comes with this notion that is easier. And Robert Garcia and both El Rayo stated in multiple interviews his offer was at 135 and not 140. You got to show me. You got to show me. I don't believe that. I saw Jose Rayo Valenzuela talk about offers too. I did not see him mention that 135 ever. I've never seen that. But like I said, I'm not saying you're wrong. I can't tell you what you saw, but I know I've never seen that, and I've seen Rayo talk about it multiple times. I've never seen him say that the offer was at 135, unless you're talking about an offer that he was referring to in the past during the Frank Martin fight. Then yes, I know that one. Yes, that was at 135. But this new one post Frank Martin, I've never seen that. But that don't mean it don't exist because I didn't see. I could have missed it. That's cap. We be saying he weight bullying. Exactly. Thank you, Oscar. That's a fact. We would definitely say he weight bullying. But yeah. So that's all I want to talk about with Tank, man. According to him, the fight is still in Houston, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying it's the best fight, but I do agree with BX. I think Tufo said it. I do agree with Tufo that it's a good fight. I think that I don't think people really know what they want. They just want to complain. Like when people say that, oh, it's bad for you to be a co-main. Like I don't know. It's just we tearing each other down. What is wrong with being a co-main to Dave Benavidez? Shouldn't you be happy that you're getting Benavidez and Tank potentially on the same card? But people just want to talk trash about numbers and sells and stuff. They don't really enjoy boxing. Like I really think people are professional haters. Like that's weird to me. Like, don't you enjoy boxing? Like I don't care how much I will root against the guy. I'm still happy to see boxing. And if you're complaining about the Tank and Lamont Roach card being empty, why wouldn't you be happy about the potential of Gervonta moving to a card that would include David Morrell and David Benavidez? Isn't that a benefit for the boxing fan? But no, you just want to find a way to complain, and you want to poke fun and laugh and say, oh, Tank is broke, or Tank doesn't have star power. He's only a co-main. That's I don't know, man. Like I said, I really don't think a lot of these people that claim to be boxing fans really like boxing. They're a bunch of, they like to argue like a bunch of bitches. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? But this is a boxing channel. I guarantee at least 60% of the people who think it's not going to be a good fight going to change their mind after the fight. Yeah, facts, Tufo. Like I said, but I respect Lamont Roach. I respect Lamont Roach. Do I think Lamont Roach is as good as Tank? No. But I didn't think Bakram was as good as Tim Tszyu. Now that's different because they're at the same weight division, and like I said, Lamont Roach is coming up, and I don't think Lamont Roach is going to beat him. But we're talking about guys at the top of the sport. The majority of their fights, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be the heavy favorite. That's what makes Riyadh season so good. It's so stacked. It makes you feel like every fight's a main event. Exactly. Shout out to Riyadh. Shout out to Big Turk, man. And shout out to the grown ass men out there arguing like little bitches. You know what I'm saying? One time for the little bitches. But also, let me move on, man. I want to talk about Bam, man. So I just watched his interview, Compliments of Cigar Talk. I really like his interviews, man. Shout out to them. And he interviewed Bam Rodriguez today. It wasn't really an interview that was too groundbreaking, but it was entertaining. It was good. It was interesting. I'm not saying it wasn't interesting or intriguing. It definitely was. But I'm saying there wasn't really like much. There wasn't no controversy. There wasn't nothing like much substance that will make you feel like, oh, you know, this is something to be talked about. But I thought it was interesting because, like I said, I like boxing, I like the fighters, and you get to know about the fighters, you know what I'm saying, and know their habits and how they think about other fighters. And mainly they talked about his love for Japan and how he always likes to be in Japan. And being in Japan, you know who else is in there? That monster, you know what I'm saying? That big kaiju, or little kaiju, and Inoue Inoue and Junto Nakatani as well. And he asked him, he said, man, what do you think about a future fight with Junto Nakatani and Inoue Inoue? And he was like, man, you know, I feel like I'm ready for both of them. But he also said, which I like, I'm interested to see how many people are gonna take it out of context. But he said that, man, you know, I'm ready for Inoue Inoue now. I feel like I could do very well. But he said me and Inoue Inoue probably realistically won't be in the same division for about 2 to 3 years. And I think that's about right, because Inoue Inoue is flirting with moving to 126. Bam Rodriguez is at 115. Let me say that again. He's at 115, 2 divisions away from where Inoue Inoue is at right now, 122. So I don't think that, and then not even to mention that, Bam Rodriguez, I think, in my opinion, you know me, I like when people unify. There's 3 other champions in his same division. Fernando Martinez has 2 belts, and Fumalele Cafu has another belt. So sorry, I said 3 other champions. Sorry, it's 2 other champions, because Fernando Martinez has 2 belts, and Fumalele Cafu has a belt, and then Bam Rodriguez. So you know what I'm saying. So I would like for him to try to unify. You know, he's fighting his interim champion, Pedro Guevara, on November 9th on the Boots card, or on the card that he's sharing with Boots. But you know, I think it's still interesting to think about these potential dream fights. But even he was like, yeah, man, you know, he said it before. He said, I want to unify. I want to prioritize dominating my division. And then he also said, you know, me and Inoue Inoue is just not real. That fight would be more realistic in 2 to 3 years. That's probably when we'll share the ring potentially. And he also said, too, he said, man, the fight that's even more, has more probability of happening sooner is my fight with Nakatani. Why? Because Nakatani is only 1 division above him. He's at bantamweight at 118. You know, they're only a three pound difference, a 1 division difference. So I like the fact that he was realistic about it. He said, yeah, I could fight Junto Nakatani sooner than Inoue Inoue, and I like that fight too. But he said, I'm not overlooking my opponent in Pedro Guevara, and I still like to, you know, do my thing where I'm at. But those are great fights for the future, and I agree with him, man. And I like the fact that he was very you know, humble about it, and he addressed the question. But he was like, yeah, man, a lot of these people are saying they want these fights, and apparently Bam Rodriguez said that people are saying that he's ducking Nakatani, and I didn't know that people were saying that. But you know, people say anything. But you know, at one hand, I'm kind of happy to hear that, because at least some people are trying to keep the same energy. But on the other hand, I'm kind of sad to hear that, because I don't really think that you could duck somebody outside your division, man. Like, he's at 115. Like, Bam Rodriguez is dope. He's on the pound for pound list. I think he can be, and he should be. But sometimes I do think, like, I have to count my 10. Sometimes I put him on there, and sometimes I won't have him on there. But it's not because he's not deserving. It's just because to find 10 boxers, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? To shift through 10 boxers and determine who are the 10 best, you know, out of all the boxers, is tough. And I think that a lot of times, that a lot of lists that have Bam Rodriguez on their list, they don't have guys like David Benavidez, and I think that he should be on the list, you know, in my personal opinion. Or they don't have guys like, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. So the specifics. But yeah, so I think Bam Rodriguez definitely deserves to be on the list, and he says he has aspirations to be on that list and stay on the list for the duration of his career. So I thought that was dope, man. And I would love to see Bam Rodriguez versus Junto Nakatani. But also, speaking of Junto Nakatani, Nakatani has some business to handle at 118. There's 3 other champions there. You know, you have Seo Setsumi, who just beat Takuma in a way. You have Yoshiki Takei, and you have Ryosuke Nishida and Junto Nakatani. So wouldn't you? I know me. I'd rather for fighters. I'm not saying you have to get undisputed, but I'd like for them to get unified first, and then talk about fighting other people outside your division. I think that's like the natural progression of things. But you know, sometimes I think when people will say they want these dream fights, these big fights, is because it's a testament to that they don't really know those divisions, so they think that those are the only good fights available. Oh, these guys are small, so let's throw them in the ring together. Well, there's still divisions. There's still different weight classes. The divisions at lower weight classes too, and they're there for a reason. So, you know, but that's just my opinion on it. I think that like, I'd be just as excited to see Junto Nakatani versus Seiya Satsumi as I would Well, I'll be more excited to see Junto Nakatani and Bam Rodriguez. But I'm saying I'm just as excited to see a unification match, but that's because I'm familiar with Susumi and Nishida and Takei. So I think those are great matches too. Now, of course, Bam Rodriguez, because he has a bigger name, and Junto Nakatani has a bigger name, that's going to be more of a showcase of a fight, you know what I'm saying, and more of an event. But I think that there's plenty of fights that don't involve each other for them. Didn't Bam move down for a belt? He did move down now? Nah, Bam is still at 115 right now. Oh, you talk about for the tank thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't move down, but like once again, even that's still different because you talk about the tank thing. That's still lower weights, bro. So Bam moving down to 112 or 115, like they fluctuate. Let's look at Bam Rodriguez right here. I'm not saying that you can't move down, but I agree with you. Like you said, I don't think that you get as much credit for moving down. And some people, I have heard people say that Bam is a rate bully. I'm ready to call Bam a old head beater. He be beating all old heads. But yeah, look. So Bam Rodriguez fluctuate. 115, 112, 112, 114, or 115, 112, 112, 115, 115, 115, 109. So that's what they do at smaller weights. You know that. So 109, which is 112, 112, 112, then 112, then back to 112, then what, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, then back to 115. I'm assuming this one was. So that's what they do a lot of times at the smaller weight. So even that's still different from I know Tank is a smaller weight too, but it's not small like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes Tank will fluctuate as well. Some of the fighters will fluctuate. But I say once you get above 126 and above, you mostly stay in your division. You don't really go down. You know, you really go up. You don't really go down is what I'm saying. Like Navarrete. Navarrete is probably not going to go down to 126. He's going to stay at 130 or go to 135 again. I agree with you, Ty, but the difference is those guys aren't as mainstream. So Tank, and so we don't look at them the same way. Now, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. That it's the same thing. But yes, I do agree with you. What you said, when you're mainstream, you're going to get more scrutiny, just like I just told you with Dennis Baranchek. But I don't agree that that it's the same thing. No, I don't. Not even close. Multiple fighters have moved down to win a belt and wasn't chastised for it. Right. Multiple fighters do, like small fighters. So what Jamel Harry, the weight bully, was Donito Daenerys, Bam Rodriguez, EJ. Who's EJ? Errol Spence Jr.? Yeah, Nonito Donaire, once again, those are small guys. Yeah, they do that at smaller weights, yes, but not the larger weights. So, yeah, no, I don't agree at all. And moving up one time and campaigning are two different things. Bam moved from 118 to 115. Nonito did as well. You said Bam was at 118? I never seen, I think Bam I never seen Bam at 118. I don't think that's right. Nonito did as well, but once again, he's a smaller guy. As I said, I don't know where was Bam ever at 118? I've never seen Bam at 118. I've seen him at 120 something like early on, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken though. Yeah, I seen him at 126 early on. That was like his fourth fight. I've never seen him at 118. So I mean, if you want to kick that Bam Rodriguez is a 118 fighter, that's on you, bro. I never seen him at 118. Yeah, I don't see 118 anywhere. So, and once again, even Nonito never been to 130. Wait, I think Nonito might have fought at 130 one time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Nonito may have fought at 130 once, like a while ago. Nah, he never fought at 130. Okay, I'm tripping. Yeah, so he bit up to 126 though. I knew that. But yeah, like I said, yeah. So I maintain what I said. Like once you're at 126 and below, you don't really. I mean, above, you don't really go down like that. At least not to my knowledge. Ticket sales don't mean mainstream attention. I tried to use a different word, but I couldn't spell it. Now you go 126 is the highest I can remember for it. Right? Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But yeah, EJ. I don't know. What are you talking about with EJ though? Errol Spence Jr. Really? He not mainstream a guy that been outside. When did EJ go down to fight? What do you mean? Hey, that's news to me. Yeah, I didn't know. When did EJ go down? Let's see what you talking about. What class are you talking about? You said EJ went down. I don't know what you're talking about. I know he messed around with when he fought this guy that came in at 153. He was at 147 and a half. I don't think has EJ. He fought right here. I remember. Yep, I remember this Chris Van Heerden. That was at 154. 150. He came in at 156. I don't really remember him campaigning out anything besides 147. Yeah, I don't know. What are you talking about? He started 154, cut weight to 147. I mean, that's what you talking about. Where you started? We talking about where you made a name. Yeah, but he came in at 149. He came in at 148 and 3/4, 149, 146, 150. He never made 154, bro, except for one time, and that was against. I remember this was Chris Van Heerden. That's the only time he made 154. So when you starting off, that's different. He was closer to 147. Look at this, 147 and a half, 148, 146 and 3/4, 147 and a quarter, 147. I mean, that's different. I mean, Bam Rodriguez too. I mean, yeah, Bam Rodriguez did 126 when he was in like his third or fourth fight. That doesn't mean that he's supposed to be there. He made his name at 147. So like from his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So up to his 10th fight, he played around. His first 9 fights, he played around between 146 and 150 and 150. Yeah, 150. And then from 10 fights on, besides the one time he went to 156 for Chris Van Heerden, he fought at 147. Nah, bro, he's a 140. Yeah, you wildin'. He's a 147 fighter, man. Come on now. But yeah, But yeah, don't forget to like the video, man. But yeah, so I just think that I think the overall point is that I'm making is that Gervonta, we could not like the fight, man, but I think, in my personal opinion, that I'm gonna be honest. I hope, I'm gonna say it again. I hope like Barack Obama. Hope. What do you say? Hope he changey thingy. You know. I hope that Gervonta Tank Davis and Dave Benavidez fight gets moved on the same card. Not saying that because I'm hoping anything bad for Tank, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's better for me. Like, I get a better event. So I don't get why people are, you know, talking trash about it. I mean, I guess I kind of get it because people are just haters, I guess. But like, I think when you prioritize boxing, I think people's priorities are different. People's priorities are, I watch boxing so I can prove that this guy is trash. Or I watch boxing or I pay attention to boxing to show you how bad this guy is compared to this guy that I like. And that's just, I don't know, man. If it was up to me, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Teofimo would all fight each other on the same night on the same card. You know what I'm saying? Like David Benavidez, Canelo, all of them would all fight each other on the same night on the same card. That'd be great for boxing, bro, to me. But people are, I don't get how you could somehow turn Gervonta fighting potentially on a David Benavidez or David Morrell card into a bad thing. That's a good thing. I don't know, man. But I understand what you're saying, though, Ty. I just disagree with it respectfully. But I do understand what you're saying, though. Yeah, I just disagree. And it shouldn't be a bad thing, but it's considered a bad thing, bro. It's considered a bad thing, man, because people just want to prove some point that this fighter is better than this fighter, and it seems like you're infatuated with a fighter, and it's not even a healthy infatuation. It's like, my girlfriend looks better than yours type. Like, that's what it feels like, bro. It feels like a bunch of dudes talk about their girlfriend better than theirs. My girl's better than yours. All right, you keep on bringing your girlfriend around. I'm gonna put it, you know. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Hey, yo. Yeah, you keep on bragging, bring your girl around here, boy. I'm gonna see how good she is. You know what I'm talking about? Pause. Yo, Doc, I was at the Junior Olympics earlier, bro. Hey, you feel me, Illuminati? That's what it feels like, bro. He said, yo, Doc, I was at the Junior Olympics earlier. Really? And, bro, that Russian style, not the Soviet, is very deep. What? That's what's up, Tay. Hey, shout out to my boy Tay in the building. You said you're at, so the Junior Olympics, that was a 19 and under, right? Yeah, man, I've been, I ain't gonna say I've been keeping up with it, but you know what I'm saying? I'll check it out a little bit when they put the broadcast on YouTube. That's dope, bro. Yeah, they be going crazy, man. Gervonta won't likely refuse his main event status for another boxer being in. Not likely he'll fight on the Benavidez card. That's not the point I'm making, bro. I understand it's not likely. I literally said that. I'm not even gonna revisit that because I clearly didn't say that. I never said that what he would or wouldn't do. I'm saying why are people complaining about that potential? Why are people saying that that's a bad thing from a fan standpoint. That's a good thing. It doesn't matter if he's on the card as the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or he was on the preliminary. If he's on the card with another notable boxer, then shouldn't you be excited as a boxing fan? But you're not excited because I'm not talking about you specifically or individually. I'm saying you in general. If you're not excited about that, it's because you're trying to emphasize the fact that Gervonta star power isn't as big as other people think it is. Who cares is what I'm saying. I don't care if Gervonta's fighting first, second, or third. As long as he's fighting, I'm happy. Like that's good for boxing, right? Because we want to see boxing, right? If David Benavidez is a main event or the co-main event, I don't give a damn. I want to see David Benavidez fight. I thought that's what we wanted. I thought that's why we watch boxing, to watch boxers box, not to compare who has more star power. Like you're one of their groupies running their fan page. It's not. I thought we watched boxing to see fighters fight and see the best fight the best and be entertained from the competition, not because we're worried about how much money they're making from each fight or whether or not their promotional company is going under or if it's thriving or if it's sinking or it's on the end of its at the end of its lifespan. Like that's what people that's the dominating topic, is that PBC or whoever is not doing well from a business standpoint. Bitch, you're not in business. You don't know their books. You're not even, if PBC goes bankrupt tomorrow, what is that going to do for your life? How is it going to enhance your life? Answer that question, and then maybe I'll listen. That's the angle that a lot of people are using. Oh, PBC's sinking. Oh, PBC's this, PBC's that. If PBC goes under, then we'll probably get less boxing fights than we already have, because there's a lot of fighters that are signed to PBC and then they'll have to go somewhere else, and that's not something that will happen instantaneously. Look how long it took for Shakur to secure a deal from Top Rank to Matchroom, and then the first fight we get is him versus Joe Cordina, because it's like a debut fight and get comfortable fight. If PBC goes under, how is that enhancing your experience as a boxing fan? If GBP goes under, Golden Boy Promotions, how does that make your day better from a boxing fan standpoint? If Matchroom or Queensberry goes down, how does that enhance your experience from a boxing fan? That's what I say. It's like I said, a lot of people, they come at it from weird perspectives, and that makes me open my eyes and realize that a lot of these people they're not really boxing fans. They just, they're like reality TV shows. They probably watch they probably watch Real Housewives of Orange County or something. I don't know. I'm fine with Lamont Rose, but saying he's notable as a stretch. Hector held that same belt. It was tolerated at the time because we for sure knew it was to stay busy for the anticipated Ryan fight. Yeah. Who said he's notable though? I never said he was notable. Who said he was notable? I don't think he's a notable fighter. I said that he's not notable. That's why people are I could understand why people aren't happy with it. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Maybe you're just talking in general. But yeah, I don't think he's a notable fighter. I mean, it's hard to be notable, right? That's why we want to see Bam Rodriguez versus Naoya Inoue, and Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani, and then one of them are in the same division, because it's harder to be notable in the smaller divisions. You know what I'm saying? And so really right now at 130, the most notable guy, the only notable guy, is probably Emmanuel Navarrete. Definitely nobody knows Anthony Kakasi. He's not notable. Lamont Roach is evidently not notable, and Robson Conceição is not notable. The thing that he's probably most noted for is losing to Shakur Stevenson and being the beneficiary of a robbery in regards to Oshiki Foster. So there's not too many notable guys down there. If there were notable guys, then we would be pushing for Bam Rodriguez to fight Fernando Martinez or Fumuledi Cafu instead of going up 2 divisions to fight Junto Nakatani. So of course he's not notable. There's not too many notable boxers in boxing, to be honest. Especially with the current landscape of the boxing fan base, we only like. That's why people get so mad when they don't see their favorite fighters fighting, because they only know 2 or 3 boxers. They only know Canelo, Tank, and Tyson Fury. Scratch that. Anthony Joshua. They only know those 3 fighters. So when one of those 3 aren't fighting, boxing is dead to them. But we're going to be watching boxing Friday, good Lord willing, because there's a fight on November 1st. We're going to be watching boxing on November 2nd as well, because there's multiple fights on November 2nd. You know, we actually, I think we approach boxing from a healthy standpoint. They approach, like, it's crazy that they say they're boxing fans, but they're the same ones that want to tear boxing down. I really think that's the goal, is to tear boxers down, and they don't realize that when they do that, you are tearing down the sport as well. But yeah, I'm not saying that you should be okay with it. I'll repeat that. I already said it, but I'll say it again. I don't think that you should be okay with Lamont Roach, but you should at least understand it, because the same with Canelo. If Canelo fights Chris Eubank, I talked about it in the morning show, right? We shouldn't like that. Hell no, that fight is bad. But we should at least understand it, because there's nobody else at 168 that the fans would be excited for. And the casuals are the mainstream market in every sport and almost everything. You know, so him fighting Diego Pacheco is not going to move the needle either, because at some point you got to realize, okay, well, Canelo's going to do this on his own. So whether he's fighting Chris Eubank, Christian and Billy, or Diego Pacheco, it's not going to really make a difference. The majority of people buying the tickets are buying it because of Canelo, not because of Canelo and this guy, or Canelo versus this particular guy, unless maybe David Benavidez. That's be the only one. So if it doesn't matter who I fight, you're going to complain anyway. You gosh dang right, I'm going to fight the easier fight. That makes the most money. That's just common business sense. And everybody's so concerned with business moves, right? But yeah, I don't think that and I don't know what Gervonta would do if he would fight as a co-main, but I don't think he's a co-main event fighter either. But my point is that even if he was, you know, I've seen people that are like pro Haney saying, "Oh yeah, he's fighting as a co-main, man. He might." I've been seeing people make videos and talk about PBC dying, and this is indicative of PBC's imminent demise, and this is indicative of Gervonta Tank Davis not making enough money, or he wants more money than they're willing to offer, or all this other stuff, man. People are saying, it's like, bro, how? Well, hey, people like drama though, and I got to get on the train. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll help us grow if we talk about the drama. But speaking of growth, man, and helping us grow, man, I want to say thank God, number one. I also want to say shout out to y'all, man. I was gonna make a post about it, but I just, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's not the goal, but it is something that we want to do to, you know, in on the path to our goal. You know what I'm saying? Milestones are important, so I want to shout out to y'all for this milestone that we achieved right here. We just hit 2,000 subscribers, and I mentioned it already, but you know what I'm saying, I want to mention it again, because like I said, I'm not really good at celebrating things, but this is something that should be celebrated a bit. You know what I'm saying? How do I bring this over with? Okay, bet. So I just want to say shout out to y'all, man. You know, right here we hit 2,000 subscribers, man. We had big 2K. We hit this a couple days ago, this past weekend. So we had 2,000 subscribers. Like I said, I don't know if that's a fast pace or a slow pace, but hey, I'm happy for it, because it's my pace. You know what I'm saying? And God is good. So not even a year for the channel, we have 2K subscribers, man. We on the way to 200 million. You feel me? Good Lord willing, as long as God sees fit. But yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What the? Hold on now. My thing, hold on. What just happened? Congrats, I appreciate that, Kendrick. Kendrick in the building, my boy. Big member in the building. 2G, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, BX? Big BX in the building. Two big members in the building. Oh, they got a Camp Life episode with Kasei Oshiki Foster. I was reading Teddy Atlas saying that Oshiki Foster has to, you know, he's going to make a statement against Robson Kasei. He didn't say yes, he said he's going to make a statement. And shout out to Teddy Atlas, man. I rock with Teddy Atlas, man. I like Teddy Atlas. You know, if I could interview somebody, that's probably who I'll go for. How's it going, Sister Herky? Man, it's going well, man. Hey, shout out to Tay for asking me, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the love and the support, man. You even asking that means a lot. It's been going good, man. I can't complain at all, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, Ty said, I'm fine. Oh, I read that already. Sorry. He said, Tank could have followed through with Edward De Los Santos. People would have complained, but it's still better. I agree. I think, but that's the thing, though. Yo, shout out to BX, man. Congrats on the 2K. My boy dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
I appreciate that, man. Showing that love, man. Thank you so much, bro. Congrats on 2K, man. Thank you for the support and everybody that supported along the way, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, appreciate that, Kendrick. Appreciate that, BX. Appreciate that, Tay. Tay said, how's it go? Yeah, everything's going well since the hurricane. He said, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Tank, could that follow through? Yeah, with the De Los Santos, though, but you're not sure, right? Because remember, I talked about this. I don't think you were here. I think this is when you were in Dominican Republic. My boy was in the DR, Republica de Dominica. But with Edward De Los Santos, now when he posted, doesn't mean this is exactly when he was healthy, but he posted that he was back at the gym on September 24th on his personal account on Instagram. You know, like I said, I'd be keeping up, and that's when he said he was back in the gym. So if he just got back in the gym, well, Tank already secured the Lamont Roach fight a week or two earlier than that. 'Cause that's when I dropped the video on that speculation. So it would have been difficult to secure that fight because you don't know if De Los Santos is going to be healthy. So I don't even. But I do agree with you though. I think that would have been a better fight than Lamont Roach. But you know, people still would complain, like you said. So yeah, Borzoi says no. Boxing is ruined because real talent is put to the back while certain ones are kept in rotation. That's a good point. I feel boxing is ruined by that. That's a good point. I'm with you on that. No Kenneth Sims, Reese, Aline, but Rolly and Tio are kept in cycle. Well, to be fair though, Borzoi, Kenneth Sims is fighting Oscar Duarte, right? He's fighting on November, so he's not out of rotation, but at the same time too, marketability, unfortunately or fortunately, is a big thing, right? Rolly, like you just said, Rolly and Tio, and I don't like Tio at all, but Rolly is very marketable. So was Tio, and Tio is accomplished in the ring. Kenneth Sims Jr. is not as accomplished, you know what I'm saying? So, but Kenneth Smith Jr. is gonna have an opportunity to make himself more accomplished and gain more notoriety, right? He's fighting on November 16th in the Latino Night Riyadh season. If he could upset Oscar Duarte, then that'll get him in cycle, you know what I'm saying, and put him in rotation. So there are opportunities as well, but you do need a personality sometimes, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's good for in the case of Rolly Romero, where I think that his mouth puts him in situations that his fist probably wouldn't have him in. You know what I'm saying? Basically what I'm saying is that he has a gift of gab and people want to see him. He's charismatic, so it's going to help him get fights. Maybe some people argue that he doesn't deserve it or whatever, but some people have their ways, you know, and their methods of accomplishing their goal, and Rolly Romero has charisma, so you know, it is what it is. But I do agree with you though. Sometimes we want more fighters to be in rotation and seen more, but at the same time, it does have to be fruitful, you know. That's the business side of boxing. Of course, my guy, you do an excellent job, man. I appreciate you, BX. Thank you, bro. Some people don't agree, but I appreciate you, bro. As long as you agree, and the real ones, like, you know what I'm saying, the homies, my brothers, Kendrick, BX, Ty, Tay, already, man. Oscar, mi hermano, BX, all y'all, man, that rock with me, man. I appreciate it, man. And if I miss anybody, I apologize. I'm not naming everybody. I'm just saying, you know, people that are here, you know, even Borzoi, but yeah, I appreciate the love and the support, man. It means a lot. That's what keeps me going. You feel me? But yeah, I just try to keep it fresh, man. And I go check out the last video I just dropped, man. Joseph Parker called out. That's another thing we can talk about. Joseph Parker just called out. Damn, I had a brain fart. Daniel Dubois. Dang, I messed up. Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Joseph Parker just called him out, and I think that's a good fight, man. And you know what, AJ potentially seeking to take a little break and see how the chips fall in regards to Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury rematch. I think this is good for Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? I think it's potentially good for Daniel Dubois, and especially good for Joseph Parker, because Joseph Parker, he's been kind of overlooked, right? You know, he's a champion. He's an interim champion for the WBO, and because he's the interim champion, you know, the rankings, he's not in any rankings. He's not in any other rankings for the other sanctioning bodies, you know what I'm saying, because he's an interim champion, and that kind of makes him be shelved, like Borzoi was talking about. So it kind of is like a disadvantageous situation, because not only is he not getting any play because he's not a ranked opponent in any of the sanctioning bodies, because he's an interim champion, well, his claim to the WBO title is not going to be exercised or fulfilled anytime soon, because what? Alexander Usyk, who's a WBO champion, is fighting Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? He's obligated there. So Joseph Parker's been kind of being overlooked. So now with Anthony Joshua taking a step back, and according to Daniel Dubois and Frank Warren, I heard them both voice this, that they're looking very much committed to the February 22nd date. If they're committed to that date, well, Joseph Parker came out, and Andy Lee, his trainer, came out again and said, hey, you know, we're available, baby. We'll take the date. You heard me. It's a date. And so I think that'd be a great fight. I got Daniel Dubois dropping bombs on him. But I think that's a good fight, man. Joseph Parker, similar to Daniel Dubois, his career is being revitalized, right? And he's on the up and up. So I think it's a good fight, but I definitely have Daniel Dubois. Shout out to my boy Clone, man, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
He said Rodriguez ain't being Inoue. His name too easy to. Bro, get out, bro. By the way, your sound alert's too. Shut up, bro. This man Clone's a troll, bro. All jokes aside, though, somebody came through and said that they thought the sound alerts were too loud. Somebody I didn't recognize. I don't mind turning them down if that's what the people want, but also I got to do what I like, and I like them like that. But if the people who have on like headphones and stuff like that are coming through speakers is too loud, let me know. I don't mind. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind accommodating people, but I'm not gonna accommodate people who just randomly come to the stream I've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because if you accommodate them, then they only there for one day. You know. So I know a lot of people do like it, but yeah, let me know. I don't mind it at all, man. I don't mind turning them down if that's what people want, or you know. But I like it a lot. So Rolly and Blair Call, I definitely want to see. Yep, Rolly might fuck around and fight Blair. Hey, I like that, bro. And it's a free fight too. Ooh, I like that fight. Back again with the 103rd super chat coming through like a boss. Shout out to my boy Clone, man. Dropping that chicken in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Pollo in the kitchen. Pollo en la cocina. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, Clone and BX, man. Appreciate that, man. We hit big 2K, man. But yeah, I just think that you know, I hope we gonna keep going with this, man. We just like boxing, man. We talk about other things as well, and maybe I just need to subscribe to more drama talk. But like I said, I really like boxing, man. I don't mind the drama and stuff like that when it's necessary, but a lot of times it's unnecessary for my position that I'm sitting at. And I think a lot of times people just like to advocate for nonsense and perpetuate bullshit. Like, man, you know, before I got into the content creation thing, I used to just look forward to the fights that were scheduled, man. And when the fight was postponed, I'd just be like, I bet we gotta wait a little bit. I never, you know, look for conspiracy theories or try to find out who doesn't have money, or, you know what I'm saying? I just know the fight's gonna happen and wait for it to happen, you know. And when it comes into fruition, I'm excited, you know. But now, anytime something that's unaccounted for or unanticipated transpires, everybody wants to put on their gosh dang investigation hat. Want to put on their gosh dang investigation hat, their gosh dang Inspector Gadget hat, their gosh dang Dick Tracy hat. You know what I'm saying? And come up and follow all the Blue's Clues and come up with reasons as to why this is happening or this is not happening more appropriately. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why the good brother at Illuminati ducking me like I ain't gave him a security clearance? He definitely did. My point is, Kenneth should get a shot at someone like Teofimo or Jack. Yeah, Borzo, you don't care about yeah, you wildin'. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna let Ty. Yeah, I'm gonna just let Ty have you, bro. Pause, cause you wildin'. I said I'm gonna let Ty have you. It's crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Hey yo, no Diddy. You realize, Borzo, you want Kenneth Sims Jr. to fight two guys that are at 140. Teofimo's at 140. Jack Catterall's at 140. Kenneth Sims is at 154. Like you're trolling, right? No. Kenneth Sims. No, Kenneth Sims is at 140. Excuse me, my bad. I'm thinking of Charles Conwell. My fault. My bad. I apologize. My bad. I had a brain fart. I was thinking of Charles Conwell. You said Kenneth Sims Jr. My fault. Kenneth Sims Jr. I don't think he should be having a chance at Jack Catterall or Oscar or Jack Catterall or Teofimo Lopez. I think he's right where he's supposed to be. You know, Kenneth Sims Jr. He has 2 losses, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. See what you see? That's a fact. When you say Kenneth Smith Jr. to the average person, they're gonna say,
"Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah, Kenneth Smith Jr. is a good fighter, and that don't mean that he should be written off. But you gotta earn these shots, bro. You gotta earn these shots, man. And I think he fluctuates between 140 and 147 anyway. So I'm not even sure. To be honest with you, I asked Ty. I'm not sure if his next fight against Oscar Duarte is at 140 or 147. To be honest, do you know? I don't know, because I know he fluctuates between 140 and 147. So I'm not sure if he's gonna fight at 140 or 147 for his next fight. To be honest with you, I don't know. I think it's at 140, but I'm not certain. But yeah, you got to understand that there's an order to things. And yeah, Kenneth Sims Jr., he's on a nice win streak, but you know, I think if he beats Oscar Duarte, then that puts him in contention. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at the rankings too. And he might not be ranked because he doesn't have a backing, which you're right. But that's unfortunately how the business goes. I don't know if he should be fighting Teofimo. I mean, I think the guys that can make a claim to Teofimo are guys that are highly ranked or have a belt. You know, but I think that if Teofimo is not going to fight his mandatories, or like Arnold Barbosa, who's been a mandatory for a while, then I think that he should potentially consider vacating, or you know what I'm saying, or maybe the sanctioning body should consider stripping him, you know, because I mean Jermaine Ortiz and Steve Clack is not gonna cut it. Yeah, I'm about to say, Boris, you tripping, bro? I thought you I was thinking Charles Conwell. I don't know why I read Kenneth, but in my head I was thinking Charles Conwell. I'm about to say, boy, you tripping, bro? You don't care about weight divisions. I don't know why I was thinking Charles Conwell, bro. But yeah, I would like Kenneth Sims Jr. to get a shot too. But you know, I think if he beats Oscar Duarte, you know, then I think it'll be good for him. So that's your cousin Kenneth. Let me pull up the rankings real quick. I think Kenneth Sims Jr. Let me see where he's ranked. He might be ranked pretty highly in the. Let me see. So at 140, Kenneth Sims Jr. WBC, he's ranked. He's not ranked in WBC top 15. In WBA, he's ranked number 2 behind Andy Hiroka. So again, even then, he would have to wait for Andy Hiroka. You know, Andy Hiroka's in position as a mandatory. Let's look at. Whoops. Let's look at it together. My bad. I clicked on the wrong thing. So Kenneth Sims Jr. is ranked number 2 for WBA for Rayo. But he's not ranked at all for WBC in top 15. And Andy Hiroka has been calling out Rayo, so he'll be behind Rayo. I mean, he'll be behind Andy Hiroka. IBF, let's see if he's ranked here. IBF, he's not ranked in the top 15 in the IBF, which is crazy. And then Teofimo Lopez for WBO, which is who you said, he's not ranked at all in top 15. So he's only ranked in the top 15 in one sanctioning body, and that's the WBA. And Andy Hiroka is in the mandatory position. So that's why. So once you kind of look at these things, and you see, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but you know, kind of get a reason, you kind of get an answer as to why the title fights aren't happening. So you want him to fight Jack Catterall, and Jack Catterall is claiming making a claim for Teofimo because he's number 2 in a sanctioning body for Teofimo that Kenneth Sims is not even ranked in. You know what I'm saying? And Arnold Barbosa, who's number 1, has been the mandatory. He's fighting Jose Carlos Ramirez. So he's fighting on the same night as Kenneth Sims Jr. They're fighting each other on the Latino night sponsored by Riyadh Season when Kenneth Sims Jr. is fighting Oscar Duarte. So, you know, Jack Catterall could be considered next in line to fight Teofimo if he skips. And then Jack Catterall is also number 3 over here. So he's number 2 in the WBO, number 3 in the IBF, number 5 in the WBA, and number 2 in the WBC. So that's why Jack Catterall is getting a shot, you know. So yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know, brother. He said, is Reese Ali the one who lost to Sam Goodman? Let's see. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Reese Alim. Now, the last guy Sam Goodman fought was Long Fawn. Unless you're saying that he fought him a while ago. I'm not sure. You could be right. So if he he lost. If he didn't lose, okay. You're saying if he would have beat Sam Goodman, then he would have had Inoue right now. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's his nick. Is that his alias? Because the guy he lost to, he just fought. Yeah, it was Long Fawn. Oh, Reese Alim, he lost a fight in 2023. Okay, yeah, a long time ago. don't think I saw that fight. You're talking about this guy here. I thought you were talking about the long fawn guy that he just fought from Thailand. You're talking about reselling this guy. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't catch that fight. I didn't see that fight.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
My bad. I did not mean to play that for reselling. That was an accident. Jack still got to wait almost a year, too. Yeah, facts. Exactly. Ty Barbosa wins, he got to wait again. You know, so unless Teofimo comes back and just wants to fight him, which I doubt. I don't know that guy. He said even if he was ranked number 1 through 5 in the WBO, he still have to wait another year, possibly to be even considered for the WBO. Man, yeah, exactly. I agree, Ty. So that's why we gotta. Unfortunately, that's part of the politics of boxing. You know. That's the unfortunate part about the politics of boxing. Shout out to Jeff, my guy Jeffrey in the building. What's good, brother? But yeah, man, I think that I agree with what Clone said, even though Clone was trolling. I don't think Bam Rodriguez is ready for Inoue or JUNTO NAKATANI. But I would like to see Bam Rodriguez try to unify against Fernando Martinez or Fumalele Cafu, the other champions in his division. And I would like to see JUNTO NAKATANI unify against the other champions in his division, like Seiya Susumi, Ryosuke Noshida, or Yoshiki Takei. You know, and then Inoue, I would like for him to fight, you know, after he fights Sam Goodman, if he wins. Well, I think he's going to win, but if he wins, I would like to see him fight MJ Akhmadaliev and potentially John Rio Casimiro, like my guy Jeffrey wants. So I think we'll see how it goes, man. Teal Super Champion expired. Ooh, it expires in January. I didn't know that. Tay, appreciate you putting me on game. Yeah, it expires with that top rank contract too, ain't it? Crazy. He said Bam Rodriguez should not be pound for pound. Talk to him, Tay. Let him know how you feel. You know, but I like Bam Rodriguez though. I'm not mad at him being there because, like I said, I think he's a sensational fighter. I just think that, you know, I would have to go through the list off my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have Bud, Usyk, Inoue, Beterbiev, Canelo, Bivol, Tank. I'm just naming people, right? I'm not saying in any order. Tank, David Benavidez, Shakur, Devin Haney. Yeah, I will put those 10 that I just named above Bam Rodriguez. But you could argue Bam Rodriguez over Shakur and over Devin Haney. Sorry, I forgot about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is also in my top 10. He only lost to Usyk. So it depends. But yeah, I'll be hard pressed to put Bam Rodriguez in my top 10 right now. But if he looks sensational against Pedro Guevara, who's in the mandatory position, Pedro Guevara has an interim belt for Bam Rodriguez's WBC belt right now. If he looks sensational on November 9th, good Lord willing, on the card that he's sharing with Boots, I think that it'll make a case. His case will only get stronger. But if Barbosa loses, counting from today, Jack would be up for the mandatory late. Sheesh. If he loses, counting from today, Jack will be up for the man in June. Box side. Well, I mean, that's not too long. That's not too long. I'm tripping. June 2025 is not too long. I was thinking because I just said 2023. I was thinking that we're in 2023. That's next year. That's not long. 8 months. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But yeah, chat, man. That's all I want to talk about today, man. Bam out here being on serious. I agree, Tay. Yo, he beat the hell out of them old heads, bro. He whooped all Juan Francisco Estrada. El Gallo, old. He's talking about potentially fighting Chocolatito, old. He beat my boy Juan Skill, old. He beat Carlos Cuadras, old. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Bam Rodriguez be picking up. He be fighting people in the retirement home, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I like Bam Rodriguez though. He looks sensational while doing it. I tell you that. He definitely looks sensational, but he definitely be beating on the old heads. He gets a lot of credit for being Sonny Edwards though. You know? Yeah, but man, definitely Wangit was older. Cuadras was older. Juan Francisco Estrada was older. You know? I mispronounced his name. Wisaksil Wangit, if I pronounce it right. Yeah, he was older. Like, yeah, the person he fighting barely beat him alone. Yeah, that's a fact. And we think he gonna be in a way. Facts. Well, it's not that he's going to beat him. I just thought it was interesting because I watched the interview today, Clone. They mentioned Inoue. I don't think he beats Inoue. I think Inoue's too big. Not like super too big, but I think, you know, he's at 122, contemplating going to 126. Bam Rodriguez is at 115. You know what I'm saying? Pretty established at 115. So, granted, it's only a 7-pound difference, but those 7 pounds are more significant at the smaller weights. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's only 2 pounds between a lot of the weight divisions. 2 pounds, 3 pounds here. So, so 7 pounds is only the difference. Is only the difference in one. It's not more significant, but when it comes to the divisions, it is. So 7 pounds would only be one division from 140 to 147. You know, or 147 to 154. But in the smaller weight, 7 pounds could be 2, almost 3 divisions. You know, so. Because 7 pounds will go from 112 to 118. So 112, 115, and 118. You know, I'm in the green room just in case. Okay, bet, appreciate it, bro. I'm about to go ahead and call it though, man. Matter of fact, you didn't get to join this morning, huh? So I'm gonna pull you up. Oscar. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I didn't plan on being on here too long. I'll pull you up though, bro. Yo, my guy Oscar in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes,
my
sir.
My guy, bro. What's good, man?
So we got to talk about 3 things.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, Dodgers are gonna win the series. I mean, they're already winning.
Oh man, the game's on right now.
Yeah, they're 2.
I'm tripping.
That's just saying.
Yep.
Number 2, Bam beating an old people does not give you superstar status. I'm sorry, just don't give it to you.
He out here beating the old folks. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Chill, bro.
There's a reason why, if an old man beats a prospect, it's considered a great feat.
That's true.
Because it's harder for them.
That's true.
You know, their bones. They're running the risk of breaking their hands whenever they land a punch. They
bones hurt when it rains.
Watch. They're gonna be giving Chocolatito his tapioca in the middle of the fight. Like, oh shit, you forgot your meds.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't want him to fight Chocolatito. I don't care how good their sparring was. You know, I mean, I've been hearing great things about their infamous sparring session. That was one of the best sparring sessions ever. People would pay for it. I don't care, bro. Like, that might be nice seeing sparring. I don't want to see that fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Especially for the lower weight.
Yes, bro.
The lower weight.
Come on, man.
37 is already old for
on,
you know, super middleweight, like
right.
Welterweight. Now for what is it, featherweight?
Yeah.
Like that's up there.
That's too much, bro. And having
That's
a lot of fights too. Having a lot of fights too, man. Like
I'm not going.
I'm not
going.
This yeah, Roman Gonzalez just needs to ride off to the sunset, man. Shout out to Nonito Donaire, Roman Gonzalez, all the fighters that gave us a lot of great wars. But man, you gotta preserve what you have left, man, and don't get beat to a pulp, man.
And I don't even think he goes through Tsutsumi.
At 118, you think him and Bam would be a good? That'd be a good fight, cause bro,
that'll be a good fight.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be action packed. And Bam Rodriguez, I think he'll counterpunch him pretty well though. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, about the time Tatsumi lands a punch, he's already throwing another one.
Facts. Facts. He punches like his arms are on machine gun speed. And all
yeah. It's like an Uzi, man.
And he don't get tired. Facts. And he don't get tired, bro. Like, you're right about that.
And he's got a gas tank. But
yes, bro. You're right about that. Seiya Susumi is. I think he's gonna get some people in trouble, man.
I think he beat Takeda.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he beat Yoshiki Takei as well. I think Seiya Susumi beats Takei for sure. I don't want to say for sure, but I do think he beats him. Yeah. I have to see more of Ryosuke Noshida. I have to see more of him. I think I only seen one of his fights. I need to go watch some more of him. But yeah, I think Seiya Susumi, man, he's definitely a high volume puncher for sure.
Yeah, and got a gas tank.
Gas tank.
That's the bad combination for anybody.
Yep. So you're gonna have to play some counter shots. You're gonna have to do it well or use your range and out fundamental him or something. Could you read my last comment out loud? My fault. I didn't even see it. What'd you say? Your last comment. He said, "Tay, no, that's not true." T.O. won the 140 WBO belt September 2023 and didn't officially petition for super status until January 2024 and has 18 months from then. Whew, a year and a half, box side. What's not true though? Oh, you're talking about, okay, you're talking Tay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, no problem, Ty. No problem. Till super status isn't expiring. I got you. Yeah, I got you. I realized that was a call back to what Tay said. Okay. Appreciate it, bro. Both y'all just put me on game. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, Oscar, I agree with you, man. I think we had some good fights at 115, 118, and a little bit at 122. You know, but I want to see it, man. I'm not in a rush. I don't think we should rush the young Bam Rodriguez to fight Junto or especially not Naya anyway, man. Let him do his thing, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got to go through the process.
Yeah, bro. Him and Pedro
it'd
Guevara is
be
a good
like-
fight.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like what Naoya said about Junto. He hasn't even faced my brother.
Right.
It applies the same here. It applies
agree.
the same concept here.
I agree, man. I think Bam Rodriguez will be that guy too. I don't think, like I said, how old is Bam? 24, I believe. 24. I don't think we see him in Inoue anyway. You know, I don't think that's the fight that happens, but I could be wrong. You know, maybe Naya Inoue fights like Nonito Donaire. I'm talking about and Roman Gonzalez. Maybe he fights till he's like almost 40, and if that's the case, then maybe we could get that fight. But nah, I mean he's.
But even then, I wouldn't want it.
I wouldn't want it exactly. I wouldn't want it.
That case, I wouldn't want it.
I'm with you. I wouldn't want it then either, because you know what I'm saying. Like he's talking about going to 126, man. Bam just getting his feet wet at 115, really. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let him fight. I think that's the thing. Like, there's other good fights. It's like, that's just, I think, like I said earlier, I think that's just indicative of people knowing that two guys are small, and I know Naya Inoue and I know Bam Rodriguez, so throw them in the ring together. But no, I think Bam Rodriguez and Fernando Martinez is a good fight. I think him and Fumalele Cafu is a good fight. I think the guy he's about to fight, Pedro Guevara, is a good fight. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's like there's a couple fights to be made.
All right, and even if you want to move up, like you said, say it's Susumi, that's another good fight. So, you know, there's so many other good fights between Bam Rodriguez and Naya Inoue from just a weight division standpoint that I don't really see it necessary. But hey,
you know what the difference is?
What's that?
And for the people in the back, the other people are they're non-mainstream.
Facts.
They're non-mainstream.
Yep.
Right now, everybody just wants to see Shushu.
Yep.
And Inoue, Bam, and Junto. That's it.
Yep. That's it. Literally, that's it.
And Chocolatito, because they remember his name from 3, 4 years ago. You know.
Yeah. Shoot. Chocolatito been around so long, they might remember him from the '80s, man. That man been going crazy, bro. Chocolatito been around forever, bro. Like. This man, Robert Gonzalez, man. Go relax, bro. Go get you a drink and kick back on the beach, man. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. We don't want to see you get your brain splattered, man, by these young bulls, man.
No, yeah, it's just crazy. And what was the first point you were talking about?
Tank, maybe.
Oh yeah, being Coleman guy.
Yeah, people are mad about that because, like, he was potentially. People are saying, well, it was reported that, you know, if the venue, if the date switches from Houston and he misses the December 14th date, people are speculating that he could have been on the card with David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, you know, the people say, oh, look at this guy, he's a co-main event. He's mad about the money and all this other stuff. It's like, are you a boxer fan or not? I don't care when he fights. I would love to see Tank and Dave Benavidez on the same card again. You know what I'm saying? But it's because they're not coming from a perspective of liking boxing. They come from a perspective of either tearing down a boxer because they like a different boxer or knocking something else. You know, it's very negative. Like, I don't see how that's a bad thing. Like,
it's like you always say, either way, that's too much emotion for one person.
Facts. Way too much from a grown man. So it's like, I don't get it, bro. It's like, of course we understand that he's a star, so he should have his own card, like a Canelo or like whoever else you want, Anthony Joshua. But at the same time, when these guys and girls could come together and put on a great card, don't you complain about these fighters like Canelo or Tank only having their fight and the other fight's not worth it? So if he's on a card with Dave Benavidez, wouldn't that fill out the fight and be exactly what you were complaining and solve the problem for what you were complaining for? But you weren't really complaining because you wanted the problem solved. You're just complaining because, you know, you're trying to shit on Tank or Canelo or Haney or whoever it is you currently shitting on at the moment. So it's crazy, or Anthony Joshua or whoever. Yeah, that's all.
You're right.
That's it, bro. Like, why would you be mad at Tank and Dave Benavidez potentially sharing a card unless you're coming from a perspective of, you know, PBC is falling or Tank is not a big star like we said he would or like he said he was, or like it's weird. It's bitch energy,
bro. You know what's crazy? I don't mind when a boxing head says PBC is falling.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever a guy is a casual, and you know the guy is a casual because he don't watch boxing, and I know a couple of them here where I'm from.
Yep.
Hell, my brother's one of them. And they be talking about the promotions. I'm like, yeah, that guy's with another promotion. They're like, what are you saying? Like, they're just trying to sound smart, man, and that shit's so annoying.
So annoying, bro. That's one of the most annoying things, bro. He said, "Stop missing my comments." He said, "Claude, I'm finna jump in that Discord." Oh, what did I do wrong now, bro? It's always been a year since Superstats TOS fought for unification, challenge champion division below or above. So why'd he petition in the first just not to have a mandatory? Oh, yeah, that's you and Tate's battle, man. My knowledge, TO violated their rules. I'm not going. Yeah. I rock with Tate and Ty. I don't want no pressure for neither one, man. Man, I appreciate you, Ryan, man. Shout out to Ryan, man. Hey, chat, if I'm ever not online, you know, check out Ryan Boxing Talk up north. You know what I'm saying? Big north in the building, man. Shout out to Ryan Boxing Talk, man. One of the channels that I frequent. I watch this channel whenever I can. You know what I'm saying? Him, Karma Serene, and Just Do. Those are the three that I probably check out the most, man. I feel like even if whether we agree or not, they always coming from a place of trying to tell the whole story, and I think that's dope, and I value that. They don't have any clear bias.
Oh, shit.
No, go ahead, Oscar, go ahead. Shout out to them.
think you were making some good points about Tank. Like, I think Ty was the one saying that he could have moved up. Like, he tried to move up. Well, he needs to fight a champion. One is injured, one don't want to fight, and the other one's a hole.
Right.
And
thank you,
there's literally at 135, there's nobody. Like, Tank wipe out. Like, besides them guys, Tank wipe out the division. Pretty much.
Yeah. And Oscar, like, I know, you know, I don't know your parents, but I'm assuming they're good, man. And I feel like what good parents always instill in their children, man, is like, you know.
Oh, no, my dad was an asshole.
Oh. I apologize. Oh, my bad. But,
no, like, he was always there, but,
right.
Like, we got to work together, and it was like, he tried to, like, well, he did good. Like, you know, he showed me how to work, and I love him for that.
Right.
But, he, like, we'd be framing, and he'd be like, "You stupid motherfucker, cunt sucking son of a bitch."
Hey, yo.
Fucking fiber. Y'all think I'm exaggerating?
I believe you, bro. They them workers, man. They sometimes like, hey, I used to do roofs. I used to do roofing and stuff. And when they when they get to cussing, boy, they. But I was gonna say that, you know, but a big
and you know,
thing,
sometimes they be cussing, but they don't even make sense. You dick
don't
sucking,
matter.
pussy loving motherfucker.
Right, yeah, it doesn't even matter. Just as long as it's curse words, that's satisfactory for them. You get the point. But I was gonna say though, man, you know, a big thing that I try to do, man, and you know, I think that it's easy to point out a problem, but it takes more thought and a critical thinker to point out a solution. So what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that Tank fighting Roach is not a problem, but it's easy to do that. Tell me the solution. But it's very hard to do that. Nobody wants to do that. You know, it's like, tell me a fighter that nobody would complain about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you start naming names. De Los Santos hurt.
Yep.
Especially ones like you and the chat, like Ty, Dub, Kendrick, Clone, like, you know, and everybody in the chat, like, they're on touch with boxing. So it's like, it's very hard to cap on this channel. You know what I mean? Because somebody's going to call you out.
Yeah,
even
facts.
if you're saying the truth, somebody's going to call you out.
Somebody's going to call you out, bro. Yep. You better be on point.
I think some of us needs to go to Pro Box because Chris Algieri was capping.
Oh, my Lord. Was he capping, bro? But like I said, I try not to knock him too much, but it's just hard because you expect so much more, man. Because I actually like those guys, man. You know, I like them, but it's just like, dang, bro, y'all capping too, man. It's just that hurt my heart. Not y'all
Especially
too.
Chris. If it would've been Paul
Especially
or
Chris.
Or that bald-headed white dude that don't know how to pronounce American fighter's name.
Oh my lord. Oh,
You know
my
what I'm
Lord.
talking
Yeah, I
about,
know
you
you're talking about. You said the bald-headed black dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I know
white
you're talking
dude,
about. Which one? Oh, yeah, the white dude too. Yeah, both of them. Yeah, you talking about Jimmy Smith is the white dude. The black dude is something DeMatteis. Is it David
Yeah, they
DeMatteis?
both-
Yeah.
Gervonta, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like I expect them to cap. I expect Paulie to cap. You know, even Paulie I still like because I liked him as a fighter, but he be capping a lot on certain topics, especially when it's Canelo, as you know, and Gervonta. But and even Tim Bradley I expect. But who I don't expect to cap is Teddy Atlas, and he never does. Chris Algieri and Sean Porter. I don't expect those guys to cap. You know, they're pretty thorough. You know, but when I couldn't believe Chris Algieri was saying that stuff, I was like, yo. And it got to him.
I was like, Chris, what they done to you over there?
Facts.
You need to come to like, you need to hang out with your buddy with this podcast.
I'm telling you something, man.
Take a 2 week sabbatical or something.
Something. Yeah, get your thoughts together, you know. Get your thoughts together. And I will say this too, man. And I'm not saying that's the environment there, but sometimes it does get tiring to, like, for example, you know, my channel's small, you know, hopefully we grow, but
it'll be big one day.
Tashaji, bro, I appreciate that. Put that in the air. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Put that out in the atmosphere. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being a big part of it. But I will say this though, you know, sometimes people would say, I could think of two people in particular in my head, and I'm not trying to embarrass anybody, so I ain't gonna say their names, but it's not you and it's not Ty. But I can think of two people that will come to the chat, and a lot of times when they come on the mic, I don't correct them. You know, and because I hear them say something that was off, but I wouldn't correct it because I don't want to seem like a butthole. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause even if you do it nicely, sometimes you still might come off as like, oh, you trying to correct me. Like, I know me and you, we could talk and we talk, you know, so we have that rapport. Same with Ty. We could talk and correct each other, whatever. But with some other people, I don't want them to ever feel like I'm trying to, I don't know, like be condescending or something like that. You never know. Some people are sensitive. So I don't think I have that tone, but still, like, so sometimes I would let it go. So I was saying with Chris Algieri, maybe when he hears like nonsense, it's like, I don't even feel like going with it today. You got it. But then when he added to it in that one episode that we watched, I was like, man, he added to the nonsense.
The part that he said it was so, like he was saying, like he was trying to make him look so good that he stuttered. The only way you stutter is the only way you stutter, like, you know, Doug knows. I know Doug damn sure knows. When he and Ty knows, Kendrick knows, Clone knows. When somebody stutters like that,
bro,
probably because they're capping.
Probably because a 99. It's a 95% chance they capping, bro. My boy went to stuttering like Joe.
He's a Hall of Famer. Oh shit!
You feel me? And that's the thing, bro. I don't mind if you actually genuinely believe Gary Allen Russell's a Hall of Famer. That's cool, because I think he has a good career. But that can't be the first time that I hear you say that when you're trying to build up somebody. Like, come on, bro. Stop it, bro.
That's the first time ever. That's the first time I ever heard that.
Bro, thank you, Oscar. I've never heard anybody say that ever in my life, bro. Ever in my life, bro.
Even Paulie brings his eye, like, what?
Right, exactly. I said, come on, bro. Come on, now you reaching. I got you, Tom. I'm gonna pull you up. I got you. Yeah. That's too much, bro. He was doing way too much, bro. I said, come on, dog. I've never heard nobody say that in my life, dog.
No.
And the crazy thing is, he could have said that a long time ago. When's the last time Gary Allen Russell fought? So if he really felt that way, he could have said that a long time ago. Why am I just hearing that now?
He could have said that 2 years ago.
You feel me? I couldn't tell you the last time this man fought.
Oh Lord, but yeah, that episode this morning had me balling. I was like, oh Lord, no.
Come on, bro. But then turn around and say somebody like, I don't know. Let's stick with Tank. Tank ain't fight nobody. Like, come on, bro.
Let's keep it.
Come on, bro. That's weird, dog. Really inconsistent, man.
Because Tank has a better resume than Loma. It's
I would think so.
And like you said it this morning, you said it best this morning. Bob wouldn't have put, like, you didn't say it like this. I'm paraphrasing a little bit.
Okay, I appreciate it.
But Bob wouldn't have put Loma against Theo or Haney if he didn't believe Loma could have won. And Loma could have won, but he took rounds off.
Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate you, bro. That really warms my heart when people actually listen to me, man. Thank you, bro. And they hear what I'm saying, whether you agree or not. At least you just hear what I'm saying, bro. Thank you, bro. It literally doesn't make sense. Dr. Serene in the building. Yes, when Max Sayo beat him was the last time. When was that? Was that like in 2021 or something like that? I don't know. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever. Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, shout out to Dr. Carver in the building. Shout out to Carver, man. I just shouted your channel out too, man. Go check her out, man. Another dope channel, man. You know what I'm saying? She ain't as easy on fighters as I am. She said I'm too what she said? I'm too what did she? I'm trying to think verbatim what she said. But anyway, it was essentially me being too complimentary towards fighters. I flatter them too much. Right? She said I overrate them. That's what she said. Yeah. She said I overrate them. That was what she said. I overrate boxers. But she's a little more critical, but she's definitely a dope channel. So she's not as easy on boxers, but she's easier on the eyes than I am. I'll tell you that. So if you want to, get some good boxing talk and check out her channel. But let me pull up. I almost forgot to pull up my boy. Dang it, my bad, Ty. My boy Ty in the building. What's good, brethren?
Yo.
Go ahead, bro. Go off, bro. You got the flow, bro. I know you about to get on head tops. Who's had you for the bus, bro?
Oh, my attitude, a couple things.
Do your thing, bro. You got it.
Do I want to harken back to the tank, or do I want to speak on Gary?
Sure, you could do both if you have the time. Which one first? I would say Gary, just because it's most recent, and then you could go back, harken back to your tank.
Right now, I'm saying Gary, Allen, Russell, Mr. Gary,
Mr. Gary.
It's kind of blasphemous.
Oh, come on, Ty, talk to him, bro. But I don't mind it. Like I said, I don't mind it. But it got to be coming from a genuine place. I don't mind it, but don't be capping to me.
But at the same time, like, had this been said before the Mark-Maxwell fight, all right, you got some credence to that.
Maxwell was the last one. Yeah, Maxwell was the last one. Yep. That's what Karma was talking about. Yep.
He was on a run. I think besides Wilder at that time period, I think he was the longest tenured champion with the most defenses. Mm-hmm. So if you said that then, it was people saying at that time he's on Hall of Fame pace. Mm-hmm. They just didn't understand his bookings. Mm-hmm. But to come out here and say that in 2024, boy, you out your rabbit ass mouth.
But like I said, I want to be clear because I think Gary Anton Russell is a good fighter, and if you break down his resume, he probably is a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's not, but it just looked bad to me that that's the first time I've heard it for him to say that at the time when he's trying to boost up Vasily Lomachenko. Like, come on, bro. They were just doing too much that entire video, bro. Like, it didn't even seem genuine, bro.
And I ain't trying to poo-poo my man, Mr. Gary.
Right.
He does have a lane or a way to make it in Hall. It might not just be as a fighter. He might be tuning up some things with his brothers. He could make it in as a fighter/trainer.
Yeah, I was about to say a trainer too. Let's pull up his resume.
Yeah.
And look, they're the fighting family of America, so I wouldn't disrespect. They're like the Callum Smiths, Liam Smith. They're like the Smiths of England for America. You know what I'm saying? So what the Smiths are in England, they are for America, or the Crawlers or something like that. So I don't want to knock him. He's a good fighter, but yeah. Okay, so Mark Maxwell was in 2022, January 2022. So okay, approaching 3 years ago, in January 2025. So yeah, it's a minute ago, man. He did beat Kiko Martinez. I'm familiar with Kiko Martinez. He stopped him. Good win there. Jojo Diaz. We already know what time. We already know what time it is with Jojo. And even Kiko Martinez. Kiko Martinez is a good fighter. I'm familiar with him, but if you just look at his record, where he has 12 losses, I just looked at that. So I know Kiko Martinez. He's a good fighter, but it's just hard to kick that, man. It's hard.
It's just the delivery for me.
The delivery
didn't do it.
Did not do it, bro. Not at all.
Hall of Fame.
He did not sound convincing at all, bro. There's stutter. Like you said, I'm not going. Come on, bro.
He was on his WWE type time with that one.
Bro, like, what's wrong with Algeria, bro? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to pull up this Oh, I want to show y'all this too before I forget. And then we're gonna and then you could go on your. I think you said you want to discuss Tank as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Give me 1 quick second. I want to show y'all this too. I thought this was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I thought this was kind of funny, chat. It was on Twitter. Look what Liam Cameron did, bruh. Why he do Ben Whitaker like this? Talking about where's Ben? Because we ain't seen or heard from Ben since the stuff. And he has a circle there like, well, where's Waldo? This man got
Is this like right after they actually revealed his alleged injury?
Bro. They got chill on Ben Whitaker, man.
I'm still surprised these dudes skated out of a double DQ.
Yeah.
I think the Turk showed him a little bit of love with that one.
Shout out to Big Turk, man. There's a lot of hardcore fights this week. We were talking about that. I think it was either this morning in the morning stream or yesterday evening with Oshaki Foster and Rob Sakasesa rematch. We got Kid Austin fighting Renee Tellez. We have Raymond Muratalla. Raymond Muratalla fighting Joseph. I can't remember. And then we got Gabriella Fundora fighting another Gabriella. And then we got Jermaine Ortiz fighting. I don't remember who he's fighting. So yeah, that's on Friday though. The other fights I named are on Saturday. So there's somebody else fighting too. I can't remember. So yeah, there's some fights this weekend. Good Lord willing, man. We got some good boxing for people who actually like boxing though. Like you said, hardcore fights for hardcore boxing fans and real. I don't even like saying the real. I don't feel like I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I guess we are. Myself, Ty, Oscar, and everybody in chat, but we're just actual fans, bro. Like we just not casuals. Like I guess that makes us hardcore. I don't know.
Nah, it's a clear difference. Because like people say before, like Cam and Mace are actual boxing fans, but they don't know the real ins and outs of it. They just tune in and watch.
Okay. I'm cool with I'm cool with that.
I'd rather be a pugilist than a casual.
Yeah, pugilist enthusiast, yes sir. And like I said, I'm not here to make like a hierarchy or be like an elitist. There's nothing wrong with being a casual, but it's just when the casuals talk like they know what they're talking about, like Oscar was saying. It's like that's when it's a problem. That's when I have an issue. And if you don't know, it's okay. When you talk like you know, and we could clearly see it's the contrary, that you don't know squat, then that's when it's like, hold on now.
Yeah, it's okay to be dumb, man. I'm dumb. It's okay. It's okay.
All right, you far from dumb, bro. That's crazy.
I'm happier this way.
Be dumb and happy. That's a fact, bro. You're not burdened with genius. Facts. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I'm gonna start saying that. Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm dumb and happy, man. You know. Let me be dumb and happy, bro.
Definitely didn't smoke his boots. Nah, Karma. I can't let you skate on that one.
Yeah, I think it was like a split UD or no, like a majority decision or something, right? But hey,
I gotta go.
You got to slide. All right, Oscar.
One arm man.
Take care, bro. God bless, man. He said usually those are the super fans. Facts. He was finding one arm man, yeah. But you know, Carver don't play, man. Carver say it ain't dancing, it's boxing, bro.
He was getting pieced up at one point by one arm bing.
Bing, bing, bing. Karma too funny, dog.
Well, it was something you were saying earlier about how fans, they always poo-poo on stuff, but never give, like, an alternative or, you know, a better answer.
Yep.
I wholeheartedly agree with you with that.
I appreciate it, bro.
With the Tank stuff, I'm 50-50 on it. Yes, I can be mad, but at the same time, Roach is still a good fight.
Yes.
I just feel like they could have went at it a little better.
Yeah, I'm not against that. Nothing wrong with critiques as long as it comes from. Like I said, you're not one of the people I'm talking about though. Like you critique from what I consider a good place. I mean, who cares about my opinion, you know? But I'm just saying that's what I feel like. You know, it's okay to critique, but everything, bro, everything, dog. Like, gosh, dang. You would think that Tank, if you talk to a Haney fan, Tank ain't never fought nobody good. If you talk to a Tank fan, Haney ain't never fought nobody good or did nothing, you know, and Ryan wasn't cheating. If you talk to a Shakur fan, then you know whatever. You get the point. So it's just like, gosh, you talk to a Dave Benavidez fan, Canelo been ducking his whole career. He never fight nobody. You talk to a Canelo fan, David Benavidez don't deserve the fight. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, you don't have to be so extreme, bro. There's a lot of happy places in between, bro. You ain't got to be so extreme, bro. I promise you don't. But it is what it is.
They're so unhappy, they need to start petitioning their fighters or something.
Something, bro. He knew his shoulder was messed up when he signed it. That's crazy.
No, that joint happened mid-fight.
Hey, Karma.
You're not making it through. The doc is in with a torn shoulder or torn rotator cuff.
Yeah, unless you Pacquiao, head ass. Pacquiao got through that joint for that shoulder injury for Floyd.
Yeah, but he turned around and apologized once some litigations happened.
You feel me? You feel me?
I went into the salt water and it healed it completely.
Baba boom. You see? Baba boom. Shout out to my boy Pacquiao, man. That's my guy, man. Shout out to the Pac-Man, bro. Now I hope he stays retired, man. I don't like to see the legends get punched on, man. By people that we know damn well they would beat. That's why I'm not looking forward to this Mike Tyson, Jake Paul joint, bro. Oh my lord. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Mike Tyson end up on his back, but I might cry. I ain't gonna lie. I might cry, bro. Oh no.
I think I'm gonna watch everything except for the main card.
I'm telling. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, Ty. I really feel like turning it off after Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano Part 2. I really feel like turning it off, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. What is it? Eight 2-minute rounds? I'm telling you. What is it? Eight 2-minute rounds of 14-ounce gloves, and somehow that's still a sanctioned fight, a professional sanctioned fight that's gonna count on their record. Like, come on, bro.
That's what I'm questioning. Like, does it really count, or is it just only counts for Jake
Paul? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I wouldn't be okay. I'd be a little less upset with that if it doesn't count for Jake Paul. I mean Mike Tyson. I wouldn't be mad at that. That's interesting. I wonder, have something like that happened before? We're only counting one way.
Can't really think of anything off the top of my head. It's been
maybe
fights
it's boxing, shoot.
Maybe. Exhibitions, but been changed like the week of to an actual fight.
Right.
I seen that.
Okay. Now that's interesting. Hey, that's interesting. I'll be okay with that now. I mean, shoot, it's boxing, bro. Anything can happen for real. So maybe that could be a thing. He said Canelo versus Paul 25. Bro, facts, bro. Ryan, I've said that from jump. If Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson, this is gonna strengthen his claim for Canelo, and don't be surprised if Canelo's final fight of his career will be against Jake Paul. I've said that a long time before this fight was even made, bro. As soon as it was flirted and teased, I said, bro, do not be surprised if Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson, and this is gonna strengthen his, because he's been calling out Canelo. Who doesn't want Canelo? Don't be surprised, bro. If Jake Paul versus Canelo is Canelo's last fight of his career, and that's the only way I wouldn't be mad at Canelo, is if it's his last fight. If he fights Jake Paul and then he comes back and fights somebody else, I ain't gonna lie, I might be done with Cinnamon. I like Cinnamon, bro.
I wouldn't be mad. I could see Canelo right now.
I'm
He'd
telling
be
you.
like, bing, bow, boom. I go to Netflix to get payday.
Payday. He want payday. If that's his last fight of his career, I'll be cool with it. That's the only way I'm cool with it. I'm not finna watch Canelo no more if he fight Jake Paul and keep fighting. Like, come on, bro.
My question is, where would he fight Jake at?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know, bro.
No, I can't see that as a real fight.
Go fight in Cancun or something. I don't know.
Or I can see the WBC finessing a way to put a WBC belt on Jake Paul. Give Canelo a shot at heavyweights.
Oh, man.
Or cruiserweight.
Canelo hurt my damn feelings if he fight that man. But, yo, man, I need to go get me some snacks, bro. I ain't got no cookies, B. I'm about to go make this run to the stove.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Oh, no. Did you? No, you did already. Okay, no, you good. No, you good. I wanted to ask you, though. Huh?
But think stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, but I think you addressed it. But if you have more to say, go ahead. But I want to ask you about the Joseph Parker. What you think about the Joseph Parker Dubois fight potentially?
I like it.
I like it
because, does he hold an interim belt for any of the other sanctions?
WBO for Usyk's belt, one of Usyk's belts. That's why he's not. Yeah, that's why he's not ranked, and that's why he's kind of like in a bad position. He's in a good position, but a bad position because Usyk is occupied. So he's in a bad position because he's not ranked in any of the other sanction bodies because of his interim belt, his WBO interim belt, and then and he's not gonna get a chance for Usyk, especially if Tyson Fury wins. He ain't never get a shot at that belt.
I think that's a good move since he's already holding the interim belt.
Absolutely.
This wouldn't really count as a unification, but he would still hold that status.
Yep.
Well, because if he was just a regular mandatory, he'd go fight him, or he loses his opportunities at the other belts.
Yep.
You got to try to force a unification.
Okay. I like that perspective. You think he has a chance, or you think? I mean, of course he has a chance. You think that who you got?
Right now,
you know who I got.
I'll take Daniel.
Me too.
Because when I look at the timing it's going to take for that fight to actually happen, Joseph's going to be a little older. He's one of them guys from last year's era.
Mm-hmm.
He's a decent boxer, but I seen him at his prime against what we thought to be a prime AJ, and he was in there getting beady.
Yep.
He might have made it to the last bell, but he fighting a young, hungry Dubois at an older age. He getting stopped.
I think so too. Now I will say this too, Joseph Parker. He is like you say, he's from the other era, but he is on the younger side. I think he's 33, but he's still, like you said, he's still older than Dubois by like 6 years. So he's been around. So
he still got that AJ mileage to him.
Yep. AJ, Joe Joyce too. Got that Joe Joyce and that Dylan White knowledge too. That ass. Bigged him up. Bing, bing, bing. Joe Joyce stopped him. So Las Vegas stacked the undercard with Netflix money. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got Daniel Dubois for all the reasons you mentioned, and I do have him stopping him as well. In a good fight though, entertaining fight. I think he stops him late though.
No, I got that joint going 5.
Ooh, AJ time? But Coley time?
Yeah.
The last two, well, I ain't gonna say last two, but yeah, the two big heavyweights fights were stopped in the 5th round. So hey, keep that trend going. The Coley and Jared Anderson time and AJ Dubois time, 5 rounds. Ooh,
That fight that was tall, rangy with power. They put him on his ass.
Yep.
He lost to.
Yep. Bro, what if Joseph Parker outboxes him, bro? What if Joseph Parker outboxes him, though? That'd be crazy, bro.
That'd be upset of the year.
Hey. Coming off an AJ win? Coming off an AJ win like that?
Dubois the way he did Wilder.
Nah, hell no. But yeah, that might be upset of the year. Coming off an AJ win, and then you go fight Joseph Parker, and you... Granted, hey. Well, it'll happen in February, but... If it did, hypothetically speaking, if it happened this year, that could, hey. I didn't even think about that. Potential, yeah, man. But shoot, Ty, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, bro. Appreciate
February?
Yeah, February 22nd. Yeah, February 22nd is a date that they're looking for. Remember, that's the next big Riyadh season card that they want to make.
So are we gonna call back the Duck? For Zepeda.
Why we calling it back? Why we calling it back, bro?
He allegedly going to be fighting Shakur.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, allegedly. I'll call back the Duck if it actually happens, because I still don't.
Now, if you take the step aside and don't fight somebody, nah, we gotta triple down on the Ducks.
Okay. But I don't think the fight happens, bro. I mean, I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, that is the date that fight was supposed to be happening too. But I just don't. I don't believe it.
You on paperwork, so it has to happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I think the penalty for doing that, they take you out of all rankings.
Yep.
When you renege like that.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it's not like he can spin the button.
all? Not just
No,
the
all.
WBC? Oh, that's heavy.
You already signed and you accepted money. They take your ass to court for that.
Yes, sir.
That's something that gets you blackballed out of the ranking system.
Yes, sir. As it should. Bye-bye. What's my boy name that was supposed to fight Boots? Cody Crawley. Bye-bye.
I'm trying to think. What's the boy name? That happened with the guy that was supposed to fight Adonis Stevenson.
I don't remember who you're talking about. I'm sure if you said his name, I remember. I can't recall right now.
Some Canadian dude.
Shout out to Superman
He
Stevenson.
basically took the money. Then when it was time to fight, he ran off on it.
Ran off on the plug twice. hit him with the plies. Yes, sir. But shoot, man, I'm about to go ahead and slide, man. I'm about to run off too, man. But shoot, I'm gonna catch you in the morning, though. Good Lord willing, bro. I appreciate
All
you,
right, bro.
God bless, man. Appreciate you, bro. Always. Yes, sir. Oh, Aoli J says, hold on, give me a second, Aoli. Give me a second, man. Shout out to my boy Ty for always coming through. Shout out to my boy Oscar, you feel me? Aoli J's, he says, yo, do you think that Inoue could conquer the featherweight division if he moves up to after the Nakatani fight? Also, first time joining the live stream. I appreciate you, Aoli. Shout out to Aoli for the first time joining the live stream, man. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. Now to address your question. Hey, we got Legacy in the building as well. What it is, what it do, Legacy. Boss man Tings. Yankees up 5-2. That's why I gotta go catch the. What inning are they in, man? What inning? Bottom of the 8th, bottom of the 9th. Where we at? But yeah, I think. Do I think he could conquer the division? Yeah, I think. I personally believe when you're great, you could do it. So do I think Inoue could do it? Yeah, I think Terrence Crawford could do 154 as well. I think Usyk could continue on his trajectory. I wouldn't say trajectory, but his pattern of conquering the heavyweight division. Now, do I think that he would actually do it? I think he could, but I don't. Bottom of the 5th. I appreciate it. I think that he could do it, but I don't know, because me personally, I want to put my money on it right now until I see him test the waters at 126, simply because I don't know if his power will translate. You know, a lot of times we think that's automatic, but that's not automatic, man. You know what I'm saying? So going from 122, he might have some pop, but at 126, you know, he might not hit as hard. Like El Divino Espinosa is a beast. You know what I'm saying? Rafael Espinosa. Robesi Ramirez is another beast who probably hits just not. I mean, he probably hits just as hard, if not harder, than Inoue. And I know Inoue is more than just power. I'm not restricting him to just power or reducing him to just power. However, power is a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you take away his devastating punch, but that's a big part of his repertoire. You know, and what makes him dangerous. And if his power is suddenly not as significant as it was before, then it's very hard to see the 5'5" Inoue beating the 6'1" Rafael El Divino Espinosa, right? You know, or even I think he could beat the 5'11" Ray Vargas, because I think he's technically sound, but Espinosa will be a tall task, literally and figuratively. Do I think he beats? Let's think of the other champion, right? We said Espinosa. I would favor Espinosa. Nick Wrecking Ball would be a good match. Nick Wrecking Ball is what? They're about the same size in height, but they're not the same size in Paul's girth. You know, he's not as, he has much more size to him. He's a stronger, larger guy as far as his mass goes. So, could Nick Ball rough up in a way? I don't know, but Nick Ball does punch wild. Is Naoya Inoue sound enough to counter punch him to death and pick him apart? Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. It matters on how well Naoya Inoue handles Nick Ball being a wrecking ball and imposing his will and his size, and how well Nick Ball could take Inoue's punches and and still be able to return fire. But I would lean towards Naoya Inoue in that fight, me personally. So we talked about Nick Ball, Ray Vargas, Espinosa. Oh, Angelo Leo is a good fight. Yeah, body mass. I appreciate that. Yeah, pause. Yeah, hey yo, pause.
No diddy.
No diddy. But yeah, let's talk about the other champion, Angelo Leo. I think that's a good fight. I don't know how that one goes. I think it's 60-40 in favor of Inoue, because I think he's more technically sound than even though he punches wild too. Don't get it twisted. Inoue he'll commit to those punches and punch wild. You see, that's how Louis Neary capitalized. But he said, "You talk crazy when you tied." Facts, bro. In your damn stream, you talk crazy when you tied, Girth. Bro, come on, bro. Relax, bro. Relax, bro. Body mass, not Girth. Body mass, yes. El DeVito is the question for me. Yeah, me too, Ty. Top of the fifth. Thank you. And let's say, so Angelo Leo, I would lean towards Inoue too, but I think Angelo Leo has a good chance. You know, he can't count him out after what he did to Luis El Venado Lopez. And let's think of who else at 126. We talked about Robisi Ramirez. That's a tough fight. You know, Robisi Ramirez is a big puncher. You don't want to exchange with him. As Benitez when he hit him with that short you can uppercut. And then who else at 126? Oh, Bruce Shushu Carrington, right? I think right now, Inoue beats Shushu Carrington. I don't think, no disrespect to Shushu, I think he's a good up-and-coming prospect / contender, but I need to see him fight. Like, to me, his fight against Suleiman Sagawa, his last fight, it wasn't really impressive. Now, you know, Suleiman Sagawa was a big step up for him as far as rankings and competition. You know, I think that was his first time fighting a top 10 guy, but it wasn't impressive, and I could see if he fought Inoue with that same type of fighting style or whatever you want to call it, he'd probably get messed up. He was getting hit quite a bit. And that's no disrespect to Suleiman Sagawa. He's a good fighter too, but Bruce Shushu Carrington has to pack up a guy like that if you want to convince me that you could stand a chance against Naoya Inoue, even though you're bigger. But like I said, the silver lining for Bruce Shushu Carrington and all the other guys at 126 is that the question mark is, will Naoya Inoue's power translate? Will it be as devastating as punching power at 126 as he is as 122? We won't know until we see him. So do I think he could dominate? Yeah, but do I think he will? I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure. But if anybody could do it, it would be the top 3 pound for pound Naoya Inoue. That's my personal opinion, man. So that's what I think about that. Aioli Jays. It's my personal opinion. That's all. Ty, he said Girth and Mass like. Bro, I'm out, man. Shushu high-key lost to Sagawa. Yeah, a lot of people saying that, Ty. Oscar reflects that same notion, you know. So Sagawa top rank gave him a friendly quit that night. Yeah, a lot of people think that, man. I didn't score the fight, so you know I don't like to voice my opinion on the fight I didn't score, but it was very close. I leaned towards Shushu just off the eye test, and you know what I'm saying. But I didn't score it, you know. So I didn't watch it again either. Usually I watch fights again, but I didn't watch that fight again. But shoot, man, chat, I appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to my boy Oscar and my boy Ty. You know what I'm saying? Mi Hermanos coming through on the Discord, man. Shout out to my boy Clone, and shout out to my boy BX, man, for dropping love on the super chat, man, turning it up with the color, you know what I'm saying, the graffiti on the walls. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. We hit big 2K. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like the notification is telling you, man. Hit that bell, turn on notifications as well, so you get notified when we drop another YouTube video banger. We drop video bangers on the daily, man. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Those of you new to the stream, like my guy Aioli JZ or Aioli Jays, you know, we stream Monday through Friday for 2 shows, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the late night. You know what I'm saying, for the evening stream. So come through, man, and be on the lookout for videos I drop periodically throughout. And we also provide live boxing commentary for all the boxing events, man. So y'all be easy, take care of yourselves. Make sure you smash that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.
Appreciate that, Karma. I seen you with the last second $2 of color in the chat. Let's get right. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
just about to push end stream too, but she hit me with that. I appreciate that, Karma. Shout out to Dr. Serene in the building, man. One time for the ladies. I'm out for real. God bless y'all.